Because we're live.
Oh, are we live?
We're doing it
Oh God, are we
live.
live? Oh
We're
God, can
doing it
people hear us?
live. We're doing it
Oh
live.
God.
Fuck it.
Oh
Echo.
God.
Echo. Echo.
Echo.
Echo. Echo. Echo. It's
Yes,
okay.
echo.
I fixed
Noises.
it.
Yes.
I fixed it because I'm a hero.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Pop out.
Now I just need a way to feed the stream back into the this, and then we'd be good.
Digiman.
Digiman has sent
Digiman.
J. Thank you, Digiman.
What the
Hey,
hell?
Kai.
What's the challenge thing? What am I hearing? What's this? The Christmas adventure thing, yeah?
Christmas Adventure in Yarnum. That sounds a lot like Bloodborne.
It is, but it's kind of worse. No, never mind. It is Bloodborne. Yeah. Blah.
Oh, I haven't heard about this.
Weird.
Art based on Bloodborne and Christmas. That sounds awful and amazing. I'm all here for it.
Alright. Where... How do I make a poll? Let's see.
I'll contribute 2,000 goob for that.
I dumped everything I had. I bet it all on Goob.
Fellas, how do I do a poll?
I don't know, I'm not a mod on the channel.
Oh my god.
Quick, Grimos, how do we make a poll? I know you're still in here. Sorry, I'm eating yogurt.
That's fine. I made sandwiches.
Well, I did not make this yogurt.
Aw.
Fair. You open the tin and are consuming it. That's like making it in some people's minds.
Yeah.
Who the fuck... Diggs isn't... Where... Diggs isn't here.
Man, they're shit talking Diggs and he's not even here. Someone go tell him.
Yeah, so he can't even defend himself. I'm gonna hang on.
Oh no.
Except the timing was so.
Diggs. Must be his birthday. No, Diggs is not on anymore.
Yes, Diggs and Psyduck have departed. It is now Noot, Veren, and Chris.
I am
I don't know how to
presently...
say the last part of your name.
It's fine. Most people don't.
Yeah, how do I make a poll?
It's
I'm asking.
It's spelled-
I'm asking. Thank
it's
you.
pronounced Pakula, and yes, I know it's not spelled like that at all.
Thanks.
Alright, your name is now Chris Dracula.
Dun dun dun.
No, we're not gonna allow additional votes. Are you kidding me?
It's okay, Kai. I also had no idea how to do it, and I did. I had my own fucking Twitch channel for a while, so.
So this war of mine felt like a huge slog last time, so I'm gonna do a poll to see if anybody wants to pivot to a House of Many Doors, which is not unlike Sunless Seas, but different. And very, very good, and also it got a major update for the first time in 6 years. So yeah, poll.
I will not vote on this poll because I want to see what the people think.
I'm keeping my precious goob to make somebody look away at a difficult moment, but thank you.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Remember, you gotta spend goob to make goob.
Kai Harper says, I vote play what you want to play. That doesn't help, Kai.
Guys, this house has so many doors. Like, you're not gonna believe it. Like, you're gonna be like, a house can't have that many doors, but then it fucking does.
I'm kind of confused. I thought I saw like 10 people vote in the chat, and now it's down to 7.
I also only see 7.
But there was more, wasn't there?
Now it's 8.
I don't know. This war of mine, it just goes too slow to carry the narrative, I think. I don't know why.
Now it's 10.
Why
Also on this... Go ahead.
Why is it when I talk bad about it, more people vote for it?
Yeah, this game sucks, guys. Everyone vote for it.
It's all about the suffering, internal and external.
Oh. Well, nobody voiced their opinions beyond play what you want to, and I want to play what was the result of the poll, so...
Many doors.
Dude. I still contend that you're gonna be shocked at how many doors there are.
So, on the subject earlier, you said it was like this game, but not. Some of my friends have a running gag along that line, where we were playing, I think, like Rainbow Six Siege, like years ago, and one of my friends had never played it, and they said, "Oh, what's it like?" And my boy Binoculars goes and says, "Oh, you know Battlefield?" And they go, "Oh, yeah, is it like that?" He goes, "No, it's not like that at all." And then that was his entire description of the game, is, "Oh, it's not like that at all."
Now, how do you do the quoting thing again? I've forgotten.
With your index and ring finger on each hand, you lift them up, and as you're saying it, you bend them sort of to look like air quote marks.
Boo.
Okay, I'll try that. Didn't work.
Must be doing it wrong.
Shame.
I hope you guys like reading.
I can't read.
I may have read to excess in my youth and my adult life and everywhere in between.
A gruesome
Maybe.
headache. Broken glass crunches behind your eye. Two concerned faces swim into view. Can you remember your name? Asks the balder of the two.
What shall our name be?
Yeah. My full real name, definitely.
Oh no.
It'll be with
no.
you for a while.
I like that. Good, the bald-headed man sits back. Rutherford. His name comes to you in a flash. You raise your fingers to your temple and brush over a rough bandage. Somewhere beneath you can feel a tender hole in your skull, still oozing. Bandit, says the other man. Monobrow. Bradley is his name. That's nice. Make note of the poor guy's monobrow. Ambushed us, boarded us, and took a memory right out of your head. Tag, Chris is it.
You are in the house, says Bradley. The captain is disorientated, not an idiot. Rutherford turns to you. We're out in the darkness, just a few rooms west of the city of Keys. We didn't get far.
Should I gotta be that guy who's like, what are you talking about? What's the thing everyone should know about?
Rutherford and Bradley exchange brief, worried glances. Must have dislodged something when they yanked the memory out, mutters Rutherford. The house is a parasitic dimension, says Bradley. Endless dark rooms and locked doors. It steals things and people from other worlds. Ah, yes, it's coming back to you now. Didn't you know, Rutherford laughs, that's how they get the memories out. He mimes a drill.
Nice. Veren.
Exploration, says Bradley. He pauses. You had some damn fool notion about escaping the house. Impossible, of course, but a question that had gnawed at your soul for years nevertheless. One day you bought a kinetopede of your own, a clanking train on mechanical legs, hired a ragtag crew, and launched yourself into darkness. A memory was stolen from you. You're curious as to why. Bradley smashes his fist into his palm. We'll chase them down and hang them. Steady on, says Rutherford. You're in no condition to go chasing down miscreants, Noot, and I want to make sure your brain wasn't too badly damaged. Let me ask you some questions about your past. You can take this opportunity to establish your backstory. Feel free to skip this now and come back later.
Someone farted, which means somebody subscribed or something, but I missed it. Black Stargate followed. Thank you, Black Stargate. I will get the next one. I always be this dude. There's reasons, but we're not going to discuss them,
I kind of think the dude in the old school British hat, middle right, second row from the bottom. I think he's cool.
Who, him?
Yeah, that's the one.
The looter of other people's history?
Yes.
Nice.
I think he looks cool.
Or
the homeless man with an axe.
Yeah. Care to inspect the damage? Rutherford hands you a looking glass. Choose a portrait. This is you, Yeah, I'm always him. Just because I like his derpy face. He's like, oh. A bandaged,
looks shocked.
Yeah, a bandaged face stares back from the mirror. You lift the cloth and gaze at the puckered crater above your ear. It's about the size of a penny. Oh, yeah, it's, I didn't know it got funding from the makers of Sunless Sea, but yeah, it's definitely got a few references from it. Because let's face it, it's Parasite dimension. It steals stuff from other worlds.
A childhood. A day or two, and you'll be completely fine. Rutherford sits opposite, a notepad in front of him. Tell me about your childhood. You had your own little niche in the tangled ecosystem of the City of Keys. What was it?
Do we actually want to read through all these, or just the one I'm picking? Because come on,
Yes, the one you're picking.
Yeah.
Your family lived amongst the trash heaps of Junk Palace, picking amongst the detritus. Hang on. Even with your eagle eyes, you never found the grand buried treasure your father always talked about. Only coins and trinkets.
Ooh, fancy. Well, not quite.
And your professional life? Asks Rutherford. You grew up, of course, as children sometimes do. Your childhood slipped away, and you earned your keep as a... let's scroll through the guide I have in the open...
Guide? We're not going to do this live and end up with our own fate?
No, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing a chance to do anything special. Because it's a very, very long game.
Hello, Mad Crow Lad. Welcome to the People and our talkie time.
Yeah.
This is House of Many Doors. It has many doors.
I think there's even more than 6.
You claimed
There's gotta be.
Yeah, there's at least 6, my dude. You claimed a street in Sticky End and had a gang of your own. You peddled drugs and black market goods and left rivals dead in the gutter. The money was good, but your little operation was torn apart by internal squabbles.
Sticky End sounds lewd.
An escape. Maybe you left that way of life in disgrace. Maybe you retired in honor. Maybe you simply got bored. It doesn't matter. The fact you left is what's important. Your work could not have wholly been your life, says Rutherford. What was the other claim on your time?
Yeah. You've traveled the 7 cities and seen its wonders. You've seen the Green River Scenic in the City of Knives, the Star Gardens in the City of Masks.
Good news, says Rutherford. Your brain is mostly intact. Lodgings unlocked. Your lodgings can be found in the City of Keys.
Gain 3 fragments of Epiphany.
Reclamation. Whatever memory they took from you must have been important. Let's get it back. It's probably just a memory of happier days, says Rutherford. Bored. Memory thieves can sell that sort of thing for a fortune on the black market. Not worth risking our lives over. You still look a little woozy, Captain, says Bradley. Do you want us to help get you back up to speed with the day-to-day running of things?
I don't even know if I want the tutorial. Fuck it. The last we saw the memory thieves, they were heading directly north of here, probably up to Clayton's Mill to sell your memory on the black market.
Heiderberger. We're somewhat new hosts. Noot's a longtime host in my recollection, but
Yep.
I've been doing this for about a month, helping out.
I guest appear on Ralphie's Saturday mech streams every now and then.
A fat, round man with glaring eyes, an off-putting monobrow, and a terrible temper. He grunts in annoyance as you approach, and bristles his brows in your direction. You find Bradley in a sputtering rage. Veren.
He paces back and forth, snorting and spluttering like a kicked horse. Well, I never in my life ever conceived of... Each three-word fragment is spat out with wounded intensity. I discovered obscene material in the mess hall, Captain. Uh-oh.
What kind of materials? A book of sexually explicit daguerreotypes, says Bradley, which, by the way, is a very expensive way of making photographs before photographs existed, because it's on a plate of silver. After a moment to collect himself, the word a book of sexually explicit daguerreotype. Ever since we left, all we've seen is horror, monstrosity, and perversion, shouts Bradley. The City of Keys is the last worthwhile thing in this entire God's damned house. I disagree. There are things of beauty in the house. Veren.
You are wrong, Captain. I will bet you 200 guineas that outside of our glorious city and homeland, you can find nothing in this entire house to impress me.
You're on, bitch.
I will stay in the crew as long as it takes to sort out our little wager, grumbles Bradley. But no more obscene material. He storms off to his quarters, scattering pornographic fragments in his wake.
This dude literally started tearing up a thin plate of solid silver,
What a Chad.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like
Flirt with
wafer thin,
Bradley.
but still. Yeah, oh yeah, he's gonna be receptive to that, totally. Thanks, Aiden, for 12,000 goobers.
Rutherford, a sour, gray-faced man who drinks 2 bottles of whiskey a day and smokes like a chimney.
Our doctor, I will have you know. Thank you, Grimos, for 16,000. Whiskey's been going missing from your cargo. Rutherford probably knows a thing or two about it. As you walk into his surgery, Rutherford hastily shoves a half bottle under the table. What's the matter? He asks, struggling to focus his gaze. You stub your toe or something? Yeah, next time you want whiskey, just ask. Chris.
You're alright, boss. He is so struck by your kindness that he apparently needs a drink to celebrate. But he fumbles it and it smashes to the floor. Ah, bitch, he says, swaying gently. With excruciating difficulty, he lights himself a cigarette. We have a casualty. Need a urgent whiskey transplant if we're here. Save the patient. I better go to see what I can find. Oh.
Okay.
He shambles back and forth some time later with a bottle in each hand. I know, he chuckles. Ambitious. You can stare.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna drink with him. He obviously knows what he's doing. He's the doctor.
Exactly.
You sit there in silence for a while, passing the bottle back and forth. You're not the worst boss I ever had, says Rutherford. Not even in the bottom 10. Eastwigs, did I ever tell you the story about how I lost my license?
Go on,
Rutherford gathers himself, puts the bottle to his side, and takes a deep draw on a cigarette. Where do I start? He mutters. I had a doctor before my name once, not exactly a respected physician, but at least I had a license. Unfortunately, I had an attack of conscience. You see, another drag on the cigarette. The Surgeons Association is stealing hearts.
In the metaphorical romantic sense?
No, in the literal wake up after surgery with a much roomier chest sense, says Rutherford. If their patients are poor enough and are powerless enough, the association steals their heart, leaving the patient with a shorter life expectancy and a hollow rib cage, but still alive somehow. Through occult interventions, I suspect.
Why would they do that?
Rutherford laughs darkly. It's a nice little money earner. Sell them to the factory. He nods in the vague direction of your kinetopede's heartlight. How do you think they make those things? Pig's hearts? No. It needs to be human, and it needs to be alive.
What can we do about this?
Well, I went to the City Watch, but they just locked me up, says Rutherford. Then Holdsworth, the chairman of the association, came into the cell, offered me a lot of money to keep quiet. So of course I took it, because what am I, an idiot? He knocks back another nip of whiskey. His face is blotched, and he's slurring his words.
And how do you know about this?
I treated a patient without a heart, says Rutherford. A little old lady. Sweetest thing you ever meet. So I just take it and her behalf and took a little too deep and found that this was a common money-making scheme among the top brass at the association. Just a little too wrong to know about it. He knocks back a second swig. He stumbles, drops his cigarette, tries to put it out with his boot, but misses and kicks you in the shins.
Ow! I'll leave you to it then.
Rutherford raises the bottle to you and mock salute as you leave. Maybe the association was doing people a favor. Heart can be an affliction.
He keels over and keeps drinking on the floor.
Sounds like a great man.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I selected tutorial if that's all it does. Oh, your heart light goes out so suddenly for a half second none of your crew seems to notice, mechanically performing their tasks in the dark. Then the shouts and screams begin, fast shapes in the blackness and a murmured prayer. Let's go find Panorama. Chris.
Okay. Panorama is working furiously on the dimmed heart light with one hand, a candle in the other. No use, it won't turn on again. It's nothing mechanical, says Rutherford. The only indication of his presence in the darkness is the floating ember of his cigarette. It's medical. A heart attack. Our only hope is to get back to the City of Keys in one place and have the whole heart light replaced. He sobered up quick.
We'll never make it that far.
Panorama cackles. You're right, he says merrily. This is how we die.
Thank you. Crew's silent.
Oh no.
Let's take a look at that. I feel like that's more important, than getting to Clayton's Mill. Oh well.
No, was up. Only the lights in front of your centipede train.
Ooh, what happened, Veren?
Possessed Legion. Thudding footsteps pierce the silence. The darkness parts and reveals a ragtag legion of slack-faced men. Some in khaki, some in chainmail, some in bronze. Their eyes are all the same. Dull, glazed, empty of any spark of laughter or fear or mercy. No doubt they were snatched from a dozen distant worlds and have been marching ever since. If these men still had minds and voices, they would beg for death. They pass you without turning their heads. Freddie Hart yells that he must join them and leaps headlong into the darkness.
God damn it, I just lost a crew member. Not an upper crew, but a lower deck crew. Oh wait. No, wait, he wants to fight me, never mind.
Was that we're still finding that out at the moment.
Oh right, those are the memory feats I have to fight. And yeah, that particular, the heart light is, you recognize the Canetipede instantly. It's much sleeker than your own cobbled together mess. They're not trying to run, they're barreling straight toward you, legs all a skitter. Can I have my memory back? Oh my god, read it. Chris.
The memory thieves prove surprisingly amenable. They will return the stolen memory. Fighting you is simply not worth the risk. You climb down to the floor, your boots sending up a great cloud of dust. Don't leave the circle of safety provided by your heart light.
What?
The dark would eat you alive. Well, it's dim. It's a very small circle. It hasn't out completely yet. You're just going to die out here, said that witch earlier.
Fine.
The memory thief, Captain, is a typical bandit, an odd collection of scavenged clothes, goggles, bandana. He hands you the battered box that holds your stolen memory, and as he does so, his sleeve lifts. Strange. He has a tattoo of a skull with a line slashed through one eye socket. An odd tattoo. Looking him up and down, you notice other discrepancies. Fingernails too clean, hair too neat, no scars, and all his teeth. He turns and hurries back to the kinetipede before you can ask further questions.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hanged figures descend from the ceiling above, twitching feet scrape across your roof. Dead faces press at your windows. They stare with blank, bulging eyes and move their lips silently.
The darkness will have its due.
Oh no.
This is less than ideal.
It is dark and
A
spooky.
flurry of biting white moths, so many that the rustle of their wings matches your engine's roar. They invade your kinetipede, biting and scratching with needle teeth. They want to burrow into you, hollow you out, fill you to the brim. You drive them off with fire and scalding steam, though it's a long, hard battle. By the end, all of your crew are covered in gouges and blood. Hopefully none of them are infested.
The darkness will have its due.
We're gonna need to take a month off. I don't think I've ever seen the Heartlight fail this fast before. This is unfortunate. A flock of shimmering birds are massed overhead, clanking and screeching like warped metal. These are not beaks, but blades. The size dive bomb your kinetipede several times, leaving great scars across the hull. If they manage to breach, all will be lost, but your luck holds, and the scythe swarm fly away without managing to get inside.
The darkness will have its due.
Jesus, we're getting beat the hell up.
Yeah, I
already.
know, I'm not exactly impressed. Wow, circles of blinking eyes and blunt molars glide through the dark. They hover above your kinetipede for a time, keeping pace. They accompany you for so long that you almost forgot they were there. One morning they're gone, and Judah Wind wakes up with 2 red holes in it where his eyes used to be, and empty blood-soaked gums. Ugh. Judah Wind, your swabby is no longer able... They took his eyes and teeth, man! They took his eyes and teeth!
Well bargained and well met.
Jesus.
Wait, no, that's orcs, not clanners. Same thing.
Yeah.
overly familiar. Oh, that's the name of one of my crew deck. Overly familiar awakes screaming, insisting that a stranger was looming silently at the foot of his bed. The rest of your crew laugh. The darkness causes bad dreams, after all. Happens to the best of us. You calm him down and send him back to bed. The next morning he's gone. The rest of your crew look at you, puzzled when you mention his name. Overly familiar? Who's that? Okay, that's kind of ironic. That's the name of the crewman that they,
I wonder if you had that crewman before that event.
I did,
Okay.
Hanged
figures descend from the ceiling above. Twitching feet scrape across your roof. Dead faces press at your windows. They stare with blank, bulging eyes and move their lips silently.
We already saw that one.
Good God, man.
It's a common weather occurrence down here. It's a common weather
Honestly, I hate when that happens.
The city
Finally.
of Key.
Safe harbor.
You know the streets here, the accents, the looming skyline, even the omnipresent smell of minnow is, in its own way, comforting familiar. This is a city of brimming possibilities, each stamped out quickly as it forms. This is the city that opened 1,000 doors, that founded extracellular colonies. This is the most prolific producer of keys in all the house. But all things must be measured against their cost. Orphan's Town, the Howling Pits, and most of all, the factory. Squatting vastly at the center of the city, a bloated concrete tumor swollen to the size of a dozen castles. No matter how far you go, you will bring all of this with you.
Alright, folks, we're gonna take 5 real quick because I gotta do something I forgot to do. Sorry about that.
That's all good.
Alright.
At least on my part.
We'll do that.
Stream is now owned by Veren and Chris. Haha.
Yes,
are
we
taking
have
over.
limited control of your horizontal and vertical, but we can control the sound you hear. So, water
How,
or eggnog?
Water, egg, what?
Water or eggnog? Probably gonna have water.
Water is good. Does the eggnog have alcohol?
I consume entirely too much eggnog for that to be a viable prospect. Like,
Put rum in the eggnog and then it will be good.
but you don't. I drink right now because it's available, like 3 liters of eggnog a day.
Good God, man.
I really like eggnog. I'm sorry.
Good God. That's too much nog.
No, I have to make up for the rest of the year when I can't have it.
Just learn to make your own. That's too much nog in a day.
It's so good.
It's so much nog.
It is, yeah. Some days
Good God.
I have only drank eggnog. I didn't even eat.
Jesus. You're welcome, Kai. Like, I like eggnog, but good God. Although, to be fair, I only have eggnog that is heavily spiked.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm way too cheap of a drunk. Like, I would need, like... I don't know if I could enjoy rum and eggnog because I wouldn't taste the rum. And I would just be hammered.
Yes, that's the point. So, okay, so
Yeah, I guess.
holiday time, my family always makes giant bowls of eggnog.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have like an old, like from my grandma, we have an old crystal bowl that we just fill with eggnog for the holidays. And my grandfather would always give my mom shit because the amount of rum she put in was never enough. So he would bring his own whiskey and rum and dump it into the eggnog after the fact. And so we wound up just making like 2 parts eggnog to 3 parts rum and like alcohol. So you can taste the alcohol, but by like your 3rd cup, you're fucking hammered.
Eggnog on Amazon.
I mean,
Ugh.
that's dangerous for me to know. Anyways, Dangar's Marauders, thanks for subscribing. And yes, that knowledge for me is very dangerous.
Some dumb guy contributed 10,000 goop.
Oh, it's dumb guy. I've killed him many times on Stompy Saturdays.
Alright. Veren.
Have you seen this city? Demands the poster. Below it is a city map, though not one you recognize. The city of glass was mysteriously moved into Principate territory in the year 1802, reads the poster's small print. After the cities fought valiantly to reclaim it, it vanished again and has not been seen since. Can you help us find our 7th city? 20,000 guinea reward.
There must be clues about the city's location.
Where are we going today?
We're gathering
City of
news.
Doors. An experimental gas leaked from the factory and transformed bystanders. The Karshar have again petitioned for the right to unsanctioned worship. Reported sightings of the beggar's god, now discredited.
Well. Let's see if I can take a month off. Yeah.
Take 28 days.
You spend a month unfettered by the demands of writing or travel, exploring the city of keys. No doubt it benefits your mind, but you soon find yourself restless. Oh, my fetch mirror. It's a vital piece of equipment for the serious intracellular explorer, and sent me back a pretty penny. I can't believe I left it here. You pick up your fetch mirror, wearing gloves of course, and take it back to the cargo hold. This should come in useful if you need to get somewhere in a hurry, like 20 minutes ago.
You picked up another from Dr. Grindelow, if you do so need it. Hatch the ship.
Yep, we need to get our heart lamp. That's the thing, heart lamp, I think.
Alright. You sit at your desk and strive furiously to compose yourself before you can compose anything else. Your pen shakes in excitement. Images flicker through your mind. Patterns, echoes, reflections. I'm gonna write a transcendent ballad. Kaleidoscopic, disordered. A pattern of refraction and sparkling eyes. Which one of you wants to read it?
Oh, I want to read it.
Alright. It's randomly generated, I think. Go ahead.
You set your pen down, exhausted, unsure how much time has passed. Your transcendent ballad is titled, Regret of Fantastic Miracles. You have written a lyric poem. The poem is 82 lines long, split into 4 stanzas. Extract. In a dream I saw a language, extraordinary and free. In forgotten time, before omens did erode, my neck bursts alive as you lie unfree, the friend of regret and fanciful odes. Man, that was lame. You can't rhyme free and unfree.
I know. I'm not gonna record any of them though, because like it says, your log can get extremely cluttered if you memorize too many.
The hull.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Your engineers help with the repairs, hopefully speeding the process along. It's still an agonizing wait.
They couldn't have done that while you were taking a month off.
Chris, tell us about our old haunt.
You wander your old haunts. You have a weight of history here. Junk Palace is a heap of detritus so colossal that entire slums have congealed in its hollows. In those dark caves, discarded girders have become support struts that hold up the vast mass of trash overhead. We're in Kowloon Town now. The further down Junk Palace's strata you go, the weirder the discoveries you can make. Lost communities, forgotten treasures, inexplicable objects from other worlds. You made a living picking among the safer, surface-level garbage for items of value. Today you go picking again, for old time's sake. Memories of your greatest previous discoveries rattle through your head. A silver pocket watch, a chess set, a reliquary. How pleased your father was when you brought back those treasures. How well you ate. Today, too, is a blessed day. You spot something barely visible beneath broken bottles and rubble. A gleam of bronze. A box of exotic memories.
Ooh. Mine. A vociferous argument with the man who sold you your kinetipede. You managed to get the Heartlight replaced free of charge. Your crew, the survivors, are too exhausted to cheer,
And we gained an horrifying ordeal!
Yay! Let's go to the black market. I have a contact in the Sticky End from the old days.
I still don't like the name of Sticky End.
Shut up and read, word bitch.
Lillian Morn's face hangs in the darkness of the alley like a putrid moon. Her man-eyed poodle chews at your shoes. Watch her, says the ghoul. Buyin'? Sellin'?
Trading? Let's see if I have anything to sell. My mistake, I wanted the boy. She begins constructing a ragged roll-up. The project appears to require the entirety of her attention, and her poodle takes the opportunity to snap at my ankles again. Finally, she gets the cigarette lit and yanks the poodle back at her side. Alright, have a look at today's commodities. None of these are worth carrying because they'll all get me in trouble, and I need them for, need them for quests, but I don't want to deal with the fallout of having them at the moment.
Prospective passenger.
Yeah.
Days or weeks or months in a scuttling tin can surrounded by strangers with questionable morals and mental health, and a significant risk of death or worse. Who would want to join your expedition? You hope the new prospects don't question why you're in constant need of new crew. You can put up a poster by the Kinetipede station, which is cheap but ineffective, or you could take advertising space in one of the city's many newspapers, which will cast a wide net and doubtless attract prospects, but will be moderately expensive.
I'm gonna put it on a poster. All it'll cost me is 10 guineas and my self-respect.
You put up a poster on the wall in the North Station. It's already plastered with scraps of paper, some of them torn and yellow with age. You try to find a prominent spot.
No response.
One day...
Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that.
A desperate figure. A bulbous mycena asks for safe passage to Frogbit Smut. It will pay you 100 guineas on arrival.
It's where mushrooms live, huh?
Frogbit Smut?
Yeah.
It's first sticky end and now Frogbit Smut. Bradley's gonna have
I bet
a
if I
field
Google
day.
smut, it actually means like a swamp, but we just use it derogatorily. Let's find.
Let's see here. Yeah. It's both, actually.
A particle of dirt or soot, a smudge made by soot, smoke, or dirt, and sexually explicit or prurient language or material, such as books or movies.
Okay,
Or
so it's
a fungal disease of grains, which in parts of the year change to black powder, especially in things like corn.
It's also from the German word schmutz, which means filth, dirt, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, that's German?
Schmutz.
My Italian grandfather used, or my Italian grandfather and grandmother used that all the time.
Oh no, I have some bad news.
Uh-oh.
They had some German friends for a few years in the
Nah, they were Sicilian.
No, it's a common word, schmutz.
Yeah, it is. Especially like New York Italian stuff.
Guard. I got a guard.
That is correct, Pretzel Bomber. The mushroom is going somewhere gross, regardless of your interpretation.
It could be all of those interpretations. Just how else is a mushroom supposed to become more mushrooms? But
Also-
without making smut.
Also, thank you, Kai, for once again quoting me being either outraged, upset, or saying something stupid.
Word bitch.
Water break!
Fuck you.
Water break. Lord Grimo
Uh-oh,
said
water break.
water break.
There is a lot of water and beer, I will have you know.
Oh, beer. That's a great idea. That's water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep my beer at a friend's house and not here, otherwise I drink it. So, and I don't want to drink it that fast.
Oh, is beer against TOS? This is a carbonated beverage of carbonated beverage of unknown origin.
I had water. I also have non-alcoholic eggnog, but mostly just have water.
You and your fucking eggnog.
I'm
You
almost
said
out of
go to
eggnog today,
bread.
okay? I have to get more eggnog. I'm out of eggnog.
Hey, today is not a modifier for being out of eggnog.
Yeah, right. Bread. You said go to bread.
I do
Eggnog
also
is
have-
acceptable.
I also have water. I drank water too.
Who wants me
Now
to take this box that I got from those memory thieves and attach the hose to my head and then crank the handle?
I
Yes.
see no consequences with this.
Alright, Chris, you get to read all about it.
A blood-red mountain gazing down at you with one hideous vile yellow eye. A motionless clock, blood seeping through the wall of behind it. A hard-faced woman at a window with a key in her hand. Whose memories are these? Not yours, certainly. They don't fit with any of the others in your head. You had expected to complete a jigsaw. Instead, you found a piece from a different puzzle. The theft was an orchestrated affair. If you can hunt down the mastermind, perhaps you will learn more. The thieves had been fleeing to Clayton's mill. Perhaps you should start there.
Don't make suggestions, word bitch number 2.
There is no other option!
Haha, I'm word bitch number 1. Fuck you.
No, you're word bitch B. Neither of you get to be Apex. Word bitch 2 and word bitch B, huh?
Damn.
Dun dun dun.
Alright.
A waffle. Oh, I love waffles.
I like the thin waffles. They're tasty.
Ah, that moved all the way over there.
Oh, we are going again. Okay.
Veren, you're good at Rutherford. Oh.
Fucking.
Oh, I forgot to
Gallagher.
put the fucking... I forgot to put the fucking heart light back on.
No, you got it.
No, I got it repaired, but I forgot to turn it back on, huh?
Yeah, you just left it off.
Oh.
It's like, we got a backup now.
Veren, does he know about the City of Glass?
What? The City of Glass? It's blown to dust and everyone dead, says Rutherford, struggling to light his cigarette. Bloody lighter. Dunno what happened to 'em, but they aren't alive today. I'll tell you that much. You'll be lucky to find bone fragments.
Oh, I did that in a bad order. Rutherford is knocking at my door. Veren.
You know what I saw out there, boss? He asks. For once, you can't smell whiskey on his breath, though it might just be masked by the tobacco. Out there in the dark, I was so sure we were going to die, I got blackout drunk and climbed out onto the roof, waiting for some beastie to snatch me away. The dark was pecking at my skin, and I remembered that bastard Holdsworth, the chairman of the association. Someone came into his office to tell him I'd been lost in the darkness, and he got this smug smile on his face. So I climbed back into the Connecticut, Rutherford shrugs. Still thought we were going to die, of course, but I didn't want to make it easy.
Well, I'm glad you didn't give up.
I made a resolution, says Rutherford. I've surrendered to the hideous impulse to give a shit. I need you to take me to the City of Masks. That's where the association's headquarters are. I'll go in there, get the evidence I need, and go to a much more fearsome authority than the City Watch. The newspapers.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Everyone's afraid of journalists.
Ow!
Did you just hit that
Shut
wall?
up! I hit a toe. Shut up.
Ooh, another boat.
Yep, and it's not careening towards me, which means it's not aggressive.
Kill them.
Jam-packed boxcars. Dilapidated boxcars gouged with craters and scars from some recent peril. You see dozens of travelers squashed inside. From the coughing elderly to the squalling infants, they're hopeful and afraid. You wonder what drove them to risk the darkness of the house. We don't have... No, come on.
Attack.
They have nothing and you will take it.
They have very little, and you intend to take all of it, I believe were the words.
Yes. Attack.
Hey, you're...
Stop crashing.
This is what I get for trying to look at chat, huh?
Did he want to go through the gate? Had to go around the gate, huh?
Yeah, because I was already turning like an idiot.
Narrowly avoided that one.
Nope, the heart light is red.
That's not good.
Yeah, it is. That's what it's supposed to
I
be.
thought it. Oh, is it? I thought it was supposed to be like yellow.
Nope.
Oh, okay, never mind that. Ooh, a red thing. Let's go to it and see what it does.
Yep. Since you're so excited, you get to read it.
A cairn, a tower of haphazardly heaped stones, entombing some ancient hero from another world.
There must be something valuable in there.
Success! You discover a skeleton clutching a rusted sword, its ribs encased in a breastplate. A great find, though your crew murmured darkly of a curse. In your sleep that night, You battle an armored warrior again and again. When you wake, you're covered in bruises.
Ow.
Why'd you rob a grave?
It's fine. I wanted a sword. Oh. Sandy approaches with one of her outdated maps. We're definitely near Clayton's Mill now, she tells you with nearly convincing confidence. 3 feet away and she notices it. Good job.
Yeah, right.
Our eyes wide shut.
Chris.
Clayton's Mill. Partly a town, partly a fortress, and partly one vast tavern.
Yeehaw.
A creaking wooden monument built in defiance of the truism that crime doesn't pay. A shanty village, mostly comprised of rusting canopies converted into houses or brothels, surrounding the great building at the center of the room. Lopsided and absurd, Clayton's Mill is huger than a cathedral, belching smoke and spitting a dozen blades. It bristles like a porcupine with a heavy-duty artillery, although you suspect that any one of those great cannons going off would cause the whole edifice to collapse. The journey to Clayton's Mill is a pilgrimage for thieves, pirates, and bandits. Here they can sell their misbegotten wares out in the open. They can also drink and fight and kill each other without comment or consequence. In the mill itself, liquor flows eternal, although Clayton Canker himself is rarely seen in public these days.
Let's see what we can buy. Too expensive, Yeah.
Edifici.
I bought beer. Good enough for me.
You might need some fuel. You're pretty low there, friend.
Oh, no, when that goes out, it'll use up a fuel, so that'll go to 16 and the bar will fill up.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, let's
Never
get
mind
some
then.
news. Clayton Canker was seen at the bar recently, with a young woman at his side. A paramour, a business associate. She killed a man who assaulted her, and Canker roared with laughter. Well, well. I can't afford to ingratiate myself, huh? Memory thieves were headed here. Who had they planned to meet? Chris, let's find out.
Clayton's Mill is usually a cacophony of shouts and raucous laughter, the occasional spirited evacuation of bodily fluids. But when you approach today, the windows are shuttered. Clayton Canker himself is behind the bar, a giant upper half of a man teetering atop clunky mechanical legs. He rubs a glass with rag and eyes you carefully, but your attention is occupied by the room's other occupant, a woman whose face is covered by brightly sharp steel. Ken Noot, he says coolly, please sit. His description reminds me of that guy from Morrowind, The Last Dwemer. Clayton clanks over, gas whistling from his pneumatic knees, and pours you a glass of beer-like liquid. Her iron beak is distinctive, and finally you recognize her. Lady Stymphilion, a noblewoman from the City of Masks. You'd expect to meet her at a high society ball, not seated behind a horribly stained table in Clayton's Mill. I did not expect my men to survive, in truth, she says. They knew they were martyrs. I came here not to meet them, but to meet you.
Why did you send your men to steal my memory?
We didn't care which memory we stole, she says. We switched the memory boxes, you see. The memory you reclaimed was not your own.
So, I've got a new memory now. Clocks and Red Mountains. What does it mean? Why fill my head with that?
That memory has, well, the word infected is apt, but not necessarily negative. It has altered you. We were blocked from you before, thanks to the machinations of your governor. But now we have a door into your head. You see, we are very interested in your search for an escape from the house, Ken Noot. Watch for us in your dreams. She stands and begins to put on her black-laced gloves. I have explained as much as I care to. Understand that both of us are minor pieces in a very old game. Understand also that I have far less faith in you than my masters, and I believe the things will end the same as always. She tosses you a purse of coins on the table. You had only one path ahead of you before. Now you have a second, darker, less traveled. She nods to you, then to Clayton Kanker, behind the bar. He nods back respectively. I do not expect to meet you again. She tells you sweet dreams.
And with that, she leaves. Clayton Caker shuffles from window to window, opening the shutters, and the clientele trickle back in one by one. Alright. I want to say it is south.
Don't forget you have your friendly mushroom passenger.
Yeah, it's a long way to Frogbit Smut, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to the south, though.
Yeah, but that's going to be pretty low on my list of priorities. I'm only going to do it when I need to get rid of him for the space.
That's fair.
Let's go to the City of Bridges.
Bridges.
What is... Oh, right, because I bought the hooch. Hang on. A tavern from another world. Its roof is caved in. Its floor caked in dust. The bar is tragically empty. But let's take a look anyway. Search for hours, but there's nothing but broken glass. Best to move on.
Oh, there's another house over there.
Yeah, but it wasn't lit up.
Ah.
It's old and abandoned.
Sandy is entirely too extra. I don't wanna...
Oh, that's a big train.
Yeah, I think it's military. She greets you, Sandy Brackett. She greets you with smiles and hugs and frothy banter. The scent of her perfume is overpowering. Let's start by asking her about the city of Glass, Veren.
Oh, I know exactly where it is, says Sandy confidently. I went and visited there 2 years ago, actually. It didn't vanish, you know. It's still in the same place. It just made itself visible to the unworthy.
No.
No luck. Flirt with Sandy!
No, I don't want to... No, you don't never stick your dick in crazy,
Always. Never mind, I'm not going to encourage Chad to do that.
Why is she tutting loudly at my door, Veren?
Well, and what is the meaning of this? She demands, holding up a bottle of cheap liquor. Is this really the kind of alcohol you expect me to steal from your cargo and drink? She sighs, uncorks the bottle, and takes a swig. Despite her expression of purest revulsion, she keeps drinking until half is gone. Despicable, she says, finally, slurring slightly. Pure swill. I simply must introduce you to the finer things in life. Allow me to take you to my favorite restaurant, a delightful little place in Founder's Fire. I'll buy you and the entire crew a slap-up meal and a round of their very best drinks.
Ah, yes. I like how this quest is called Desperate Shenanigans. That really inspires confidence.
Oh,
Yeah, he wants me. He wants me. Ah! Ah!
How did he? Well, he just teleported.
Well, they had to fix it somehow. The City of Bridges. Chris, tell us about the City of Bridges. When it finishes doing its thing.
Okay.
It looks like there's some bridges.
A crisscrossing network of bridges, each groaning under the weight of hundreds of buildings straddling a measureless abyss. Effluence from the higher bridges falls like rain on those below. The city is an elected mayor, but it is, as everyone knows, ruled by the consortium.
Naturally. I don't think I have the equipment to take on a bounty, right? Actually, I'll just take it on and then not go deal with that. I don't know if YouTube links are allowed. I can't rule on that, honestly. Zealista. Most of the posters are rotting off the walls and well out of date, but you find a couple that are recent. The first poster offers a bounty of 200 guineas for a man who the newspapers dubbed the lawless sadist. He's an enforcer for the hang-not mob. You can see the noose around his neck in the daguerreotype. His job is to attack merchants who don't pay their dues to the syndicate. The face of Scissors Teddy Perry leers from the poster below. Bold block letters advertise a bounty of 200. A lifelong troublemaker, he stands accused of hassling consortium merchants, robbing banks, setting fire to churches in the cities of angels. The list goes on. That sounds like it could be fun. Tell us about the news, Chris.
Ellie Crossing is in danger of collapse. The upper scruff have broken some of their members out of prison. Undergangs blamed for the arson in Braybozen Bridge.
Uh-oh. I'm a rest and recover. You trawl the taverns, drinking to old times and lost friends and lessons learned. When you finally collapse into bed, the sleep is peaceful and untroubled by nightmares. Let's wander the bridges.
The consortium relies on mercenaries to guard its trade routes, and competition over a contract is fierce. You're minding your own business on Rosepike Bridge when an honest-to-godness artillery shell blows the roof of the building behind you. Choking on the dust and the smoke, you dive behind a nearby grocery stall where a young woman and her son are already cowering.
What's going on?
The Shade Corps enforcers own that building, she tells you frantically. Some other mercenary band must want to weaken them, stop them from getting a contract. An enormous blimp is casting the smoke-clogged street in shadow. A motley crew of figures drop from it on long lines, men with spiked hair and leather jackets. Sons of vermin, says the woman. They don't care about collateral damage. We need to get out of here.
It looks like I am not able to do anything other than watch.
The woman and son flee, leaving you crouched watching the action. The Sons of Vermin are an unruly bunch, drunken, tattooed, spraying bullets with wild abandon. They begin to faint at random. At least that's what you think at first, until you spot the neat red holes in their foreheads. Snipers. And a troop of the Shadow Corps enforcers, heaviest infantry, are marching down the street.
Ooh, I should
Open war.
I should take notes. Oh, thanks for following, Heroxeles.
The Shadow Corps enforcers are black armored from head to foot, silent soldier silhouettes. The Sons of Vermin roar and belch and yell obscenities, then they all kill each other. A Penny Dreadful would describe acrobatics, elegance, a choreographed fight scene, but in reality it's an unhappy chaos of stamping, screaming, and vomit. Eventually the Sons of Vermin are driven to retreat, grappling back up to their blimp in disarray. By that time, you filled your notebook from cover to cover.
Things seemed oddly quiet now. You realized later that you'd gone temporarily deaf, huh?
Days are... whatever.
Oh. Did you want to read? Sure. Oh, no, wait, Oh, this is the same as the other cities, description.
Oh, yeah.
Eh. I'm gonna do a couple more things here and then go to another place. Oh. So we gotta load. Let me repeat stuff, you motherfucker.
Betray your passenger. I know you joined in us to get to the smut, but here you're going to find your finals.
Uh-oh. Nope.
That's less than ideal.
I just wanted to make friends. We're all friends out here in the dark.
Why is there an Easter Island head out here?
Because they obviously stole an Easter Island head.
What is that?
Well, let's find out.
The naughty doctors are peculiar types. They travel the house in vast flying orbs, collecting the sleepless and taking them back to their home at Waker's Respite.
Let's not.
And just hangs out, okay.
Not worth it to loot and raise.
He would annihilate me. I need to get better guns and stuff on my Kinetipede. Veren.
A rickety old house from another world, dropped into this much larger house without ceremony. Its ceiling has fallen in, and rats scatter from the rubble as you approach. Inside the cottage, you find a huge clay golem sitting on its haunches, its eyes hollow and empty. It could have been waiting here for centuries.
Mine. Dibs.
Just yoinking shit. Oh, that little guy's fast.
Yep.
He's the scorpion. This this is a house of many doors. And as for the lore, we're figuring it out.
I'm in a dimension that steals stuff from other dimensions. Why don't you pay attention and we'll find out more stuff. Chris.
A dilapidated church. A church from another world. Its spire is sagging, its steeple fallen in. Candle stubs and damp, rotted holy books scatter the floor inside. You wonder if it was stolen on a holy day. Perhaps an entire congregation was devoured by the dark. Your crew linger in the church, laughing and putting their boots up on the pews and treading on the holy texts. You get a sick feeling in your stomach. Cold fingertips brush the back of your neck. Something is wrong. You order your crew back to the Kinetipede. Something sinuous creeps among the rafters overhead, watching you leave.
Oops.
It's that damn scorpion again.
Oh shit, did I miss the City of Engine?
A little too far.
Ooh, the house is red now.
Enter the cottage. I found a golem. But I don't wanna. Veren.
You hear a fierce, whispered argument through the radio. "We demand money!" shouts a voice eventually. There's a long pause. You eventually ask how much. Another anxious debate from the Scorpiopede. This time it lasts a good 15 minutes before petering into silence. "How much are you willing to give us?" asks the voice weakly.
80 guineas.
A third and final whispered debate filters through the radio. "That's unacceptable," says the voice eventually. "I think we're just going to kill you."
Ah! The heartlight's been doused and your Kinetipede slams into a lurching, scrambling movement. You skitter into the darkness before your enemy can react. Oh, but also they heard that.
The City of Engines.
Veren, tell us about the City of Engines when it's done doing
Oh,
that.
a city of moving metal. The air swarms with flying machines, and below them the city turns on colossal, groaning cogs. Beyond the bustle and the madness, Tarwater Bay lurks, black and still as volcanic stone. Here, the impossible is routine, and even the house's tenuous laws of reality are completely suspended, provided that you build a good enough machine to suspend them.
Of course. I'll go see him later. Anthroparians have been covertly programming free will into their automaton servants. The machinigators in Tarwater Bay are out of control. A new member of the Technical Assembly has been inducted. Chris.
Right. The tar water is seldom tranquil. Today you are fortunate enough to be nearby during one of its assaults. You stand on the edge of a hovercog amongst a gawking crowd of humans and half mechanicals watching, as far below, a tide of hideous metal arises from the ink black sea and crashes down upon the waiting soldiery. This is a well practiced dance. The soldiers will drive the sentient machinery back into the polluted sea, or, less likely, the machines will overwhelm all before them and rampage through the streets, killing hundreds. For hours the air trembles, shrapnel flies. Even up on the hovercog, you can hear the screams, screaming metal, screaming people, explosions so bright they blind. When your eyes recover, you realize the jagged machine army is withdrawing, slipping once more beneath the oil slick waves.
Let's help the wounded.
There can never be enough volunteers. You move through the corpse littered wasteland holding one end of a stretcher. Screams guide you. You go back and forth until your hands are blistered from clutching the stretcher. Your efforts don't escape notice.
So exhausted.
It's a quote I once read. It said, "Pray for screams, because if they're still screaming, that means there's someone left to save."
Oof. A miracle of a rare device. It'll stop working outside of the city limits. That's unfortunate. Chris.
The young man lies in a mound of rust, oily black waves lapping at his feet. When you check his pulse, you find he's still alive, though only barely. Starwater Bay is manned and fortified. The beach sprawls with barbed wire. Searchlights sweep the waves. Every few seconds, one beam of light lands on you and the half-drowned man, and immediately a bright figure detaches from the nearest sentry tower and flies down to investigate you. Oi! It's one of the city's rocketmen, now hovering above you and spewing fire from his misshapen metal legs. He's holding a rifle in his hands. Did this fella wash up from the tar water?
No.
The fella's soaking wet. He has waves lapping around his ankles. says the
No,
rocketman.
he ain't.
I'm pretty sure he didn't fall from the sky.
You don't know that.
The rocketman frowns, swaying back and forth as he wrestles for control over his unruly rocket legs. Nothing good comes from the Tarwater Bay, he says. Trash shamblers, tectonic squid, and other half-machine abominations. Never heard of a man washing up. He glances down at the supine figure in the rust. He alive?
This was my cousin. We've been searching for him for weeks, but it looks like it didn't make it.
The rocketman coughs and awkwardly attempts to pat your shoulder. Unfortunately, he misjudges his trajectory and ends up doing a slow cartwheel instead. Let you take the body back to your family, he says upside down. Condolences. He spins gently off into the distance.
I pick him up and bring him back to my ship.
Back at the Kinetipede, Rutherford is forced to administer several blows to the ribs and a good dose of smelling salt before the half-drowned man finally wakes. He immediately spews a great volume of oily salt water across the floor of the surgery. Terribly sorry, apologized the drowned man immediately, wiping the oil and vomit from his mustache. Oh dear, what happened? Did we build it?
Build what?
Nothing, says Dr. Delgado brightly. I was a tad confused, is all. This is my first time above the waves. He takes a great gulp of air. The oxygen here is delicious. You can really tell it hasn't been recycled.
Who are you?
Dr. Henry Delgado, at your service. The mustachioed man shakes your hand damply, some color returning to his cheeks. Engineer, inventor, and minister for demonic schemes. He listens, stroking his mustache theatrically. Oh, I see. Well, thank you for pulling me out of the clutches of that nosy rocketman. You certainly saved my bacon there, so you did. Ever since I first came to the house, I have lived beneath the waves of the bay. Now I've been forced from my home, and I don't know how to return. A troublesome situation for old Dr. Delgado, wouldn't you say? Ha ha!
What are you gonna do?
Perhaps there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Perhaps my old pal, what is your name? You tell him. Perhaps my old pal, Ken Noot, can help me out once more. I am a master scientist, able to shape technology with the slightest whim or thought. Let me join your crew as chief engineer, and I will single-handedly revolutionize your engine before I work out a way to return beneath the waves.
No, thank you. Bye.
Of course, says Dr. Delgado, immediately contrite. I would not want to oust your current chief engineer from their role, although, of course, I would be far superior to them in every regard. But no matter. I shall journey to the city of Keys and attempt to ply my trade elsewhere, and I pray, for your sake, that you do not find yourself in competition with that lucky vehicle. He bows. Now, if you excuse me, I need to vomit another 6 liters or so of water.
Okay, bye.
Why didn't we hire him? He seems like a good guy.
Because we've already got an engineer, and I want to.
Yeah, fuck him. Let's hire the mad crazy demon guy.
Oh wait, hang on. I can't do her thing until. Hang on.
Ever gonna come back and beg for his him to work for us?
Yeah, because I'm dumb. Veren.
Viola knocks. She looks down her nose at you whenever you suggest she might do any work. She came second in her entire year at the academy, she tells you, and this job is beneath her. With a sniff, she resumes reading the newspaper.
Okay, but do you know anything about the City of Glass?
Viola looks up at you, sighs, then looks back down at her newspaper and turns a page.
Oh, for God's sake. Alright. I guess we should have let Delgado join. Oh well, we'll pick him up.
I bet Delgado knows about the City of Glass.
We'll pick him up at the next time we go to the City of Keys. I did not know that. Alright. Yeah, nothing strange going on whatsoever. It'll be fine. Alright, we gotta go to the City of Masks, I suppose. But first, I dream of trees. Chris.
1 second. Okay. Tonight you dream of gold leaf trees, boughs that drip sparkling filigree, blue skies above and grass underfoot, a shining fruit so bright you mustn't look long. You have never seen anything so beautiful. An unfortunate place to find a corpse. She is hanging impaled by 9 spears. Blood-crusted hair hides her face, and the tree behind is splattered red. As you step closer to examine her, she lifts her clouded eyes to meet yours. Finally, she says. A smile quirks the corner of her decayed lips. The years turn. We meet again.
Are you dead?
I am not dead, says Ferris. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Persephone. She lifts one hand carefully and brushes away some of the hair from her face. Blood drips. I'm not exactly living a life of comfort, however. She pauses, grimacing to pull one of the spears lodged through her. Does not budge. You are seeping away to escape the house, and I know how. But in return, you have to help me.
Where are you?
Her words are becoming more difficult to hear, as though she is speaking across a yawning abyss. The orchard says, this is where, but the rest is inaudible. The light burns your eyes. You look away. Persephone is a shimmering silhouette.
Who are you?
I am the 9th of the 9, she says. But look out, I am the one left behind. The blaze of the tree is extraordinary. Close your eyes, but you can still see the light through your eyelids, each capillary highlighted in gold.
How can I help you?
Come and find me, says Persephone. Take me down from here. I want to escape, just like you. And I can help, if you just free me from these damned spears. The fruits around her head are glowing like miniature suns.
The world begins to dissolve in light.
We will meet again, she promises, as the light of 1,000 stars strip you to the bone. When you understand more, keep exploring, keep writing, learn, grow, and dream of me again. You wake in bed, the sheets drenched in sweat.
My eyes still hurt. Am I even going the right fucking way? I am not.
You're just going the long way.
Ooh, it's Morday the 2nd of Monder. No. Probably wants to ask me for help or something. It's disgusting. Ew. Ew. Ooh. Ooh, whispered promises on the wind. I'll take 10. Oh, Veren.
Get away! Get away! Crouched in one corner of the cottage is a scrawny man, bearded and unkempt. He stares at you with wide eyes like a startled child, and aims a rifle at you with trembling hands. This must be a visitant, snatched from another world and crawled inside here for shelter from the dark.
How did you get here?
In a croaking whisper, the visitant tells you how he was conscripted into war against the things from the skies. A missile was descending upon his platoon, then everything went black, and he found himself here. Now I'm dead and in hell, he says. I know it to be true. You won't trick me, demon. He waves his rifle.
No, join us. Huh?
After much gentle cajoling, the visitant finally puts down his rifle. He agrees to join your crew. He doesn't have any better options, after all.
Guard. He's a guard.
The visitant snaps off a smart salute and shoulders his rifle.
He gops at your kinetipede with wonder.
Gomp is such a funny word.
I know.
What the fuck was that?
Just some birds.
Just some bats. It's fine.
Yeah, just
That
birds.
was a giant bat.
It's
I wouldn't worry
bats.
about
It's, no, it's just really close to the camera, man. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I see.
How could it be a problem? It's in the air. We're on the ground.
Can anybody explain why our channel doesn't have eat frozen off waffles directly from the freezer command that you can spend goobs on?
Because you keep crashing your train.
Because I don't have any frozen waffles in my freezer.
It's fine.
Nor do I.
It's fine.
Ooh, a red house.
Yeah, there's a hole.
Oh, I gained another golem.
You got a lot of those golems, don't you?
You're never gonna catch me. You're wasting your time.
Was that Dr. Roxo possessing you for a second?
No, greased up deaf guy.
Ah,
The City of Masks.
Well, you sound enthusiastic, so tell us about it.
There's nothing good here. The first thing you notice is the stars twinkling below the ceiling. A good crop this year, it seems. The second thing you notice is the noise and the smoke and the bustle, or rather, the lack of it. Considering its size, the City of Masks is relatively sedate. There's an air of sleepy dignity. A mask weaver has died and the mask has been given a new face. One of Madame Sadie's rivals has been found dead. Accusations of excess noise and poor behavior are leveled at the temple to Grave Adon.
Let's wander the streets.
One performance troupe in Brandazio Plaza has attracted quite the crowd. They're performing the Lily and the Mars, a centuries-old play, but there is a twist. All the famous central roles, the Lily, the Lover, the Spider, and the Knight, are performed by 3-foot-tall puppet golems, grating out their lines with mechanical precision. Meanwhile, the human performers dance in the background twice as tall as the tiny golems, imitating abstract forces in evocative costumes. Each actor represents something like the turbulent sea, the bustling crowd, the plague, or the lily's regret. It's an avant-garde interpretation that would never be seen in the theater house, but out in the streets the audience cheer and clap, though they melt away when the actors begin to circulate with cap in hand.
Wow, that's pretty shitty, huh?
You strike up a conversation with the man who played the Spectre of Death, though he's remarkably jovial out of character. He takes your money with heartfelt gratitude. In the course of your conversation, you somehow end up discussing the play's ambiguous final scene. The knight's death is a subversion of the narrative, argues the Spectre. It tramples narrative, spits on it, and shows us reality. In reality, strength and bravery and cleverness don't matter. Only the lucky survive, and because we cannot accept this, we write fantasies where strength and bravery and cleverness are important. The play's genius is it shows the truth.
Nuh-uh, that's wrong because you're stupid, huh?
You try to demonstrate in conclusive terms why the knight's death made sense. It was justified by the sun in his eyes, blood during the ambush, by the wound he received 2 nights before. You take the Spectre through the logic of what happened. The Spectre acknowledges your points, and you part from him with a smile.
Oh well, I enjoyed the performance at least. Ooh, let's go to the Mask Museum.
Trumpet-voiced tourists, children eating ice cream, dozens of masks hanging from the walls, each a famous villain in their own right. One of the imprisoned masks is sculpted into the shape of a writhing squid. Dame Kraken, reads the plaque, attempted to murder the Lady of Blades, accusing her of ancient wrongdoings. Confined to the museum for 130 years. Due for release in 1849. Below the plaque is an extended description of Dame Kraken's sword battle with the Lady of Blades, apparently conducted atop a burning tower.
Almost certainly embellished, of course. Alright, let's everybody take 5, and then we will break into the Surgeons Association.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's go beat up some doctors. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have more sandwich. Okay, I'm gonna finish off the last of my eggnog.
Oh, I'm so sorry for you, Mister. I drink 45 gallons of eggnog a fucking day.
It appears I am much more voracious than I currently suspected if it's 45 gallons.
You probably could drink your body weight in eggnog a day.
I would.
Oh, God.
It's so good.
Fucking eggnog, man.
I will admit, sometimes I spice it up. I do put sometimes a dash of vanilla in there and mix it in, or some of my own, extra cinnamon if I want a bit more kick.
No, what goes in eggnog is cinnamon, nutmeg, clove.
Mhm.
Clove? Yes. Maybe star anise if you want to be fancy.
I don't like star anise. Or anise, or however you say it.
Star anise. But
Yeah, no.
you put a little bit of that in, and then you put a shitload of rum, and you're good. Like spiced rum, though, not like regular Captain Morgan's. Captain Morgan's not good.
Fair.
You put spiced rum in it, and it makes it great. And then, and only then, do you add whipped cream.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm honestly not a huge fan of whipped cream. It's
My family whips our own cream. and
okay.
it is
Okay,
excellent.
that's not so bad.
It
I
is
find a lot of
excellent.
whipped cream is just like, let's say if you go to a coffee shop and just want to splurge and spend on yourself and buy something that has whipped cream on top. It's just like, is this actually even food? Is
Oh
this
no,
just,
that's all sugar and plastic.
yeah. It's sadness and disappointing.
It is fake sadness fluff.
Yeah. Like, and I have made many strides in making food that is expressed sadness, and that is just a step too far.
Have you made worse than fucking spaghetti soda?
I have made carrot jerky.
Okay. Question.
So what you do is you need to
Why?
well, I had to do something with the stock, like what I was left with my vegetable stock after I strained all the nutrients out of it into the
Okay,
actual stock water.
So you turned bland carrots that have been sapped of anything good about them.
Yes. I had one good thing left. They had moisture, and I got rid of
That's
that
not
too.
what you want in a carrot.
It's also known as a dehydration snack because it makes you so thirsty when you consume these things. Like,
Yeah, because you're.
and it looks kind of like beef jerky from a distance, and it's got like a similar sort of texture, except it doesn't have happiness in it. It just has sadness.
That's like those cauliflower chicken wings, where you bite into it and then you're like, oh, I was lied to.
Yeah,
Get my gun.
yeah, you were lied to.
Man, I tried to go out hunting Thanksgiving morning and get Bambi so I could make venison jerky,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't get anything, and I was really sad.
Hmm.
Yeah, the only decent deer I saw was on the neighbor's property out at the farm, and I couldn't get it, and I'm really upset about it.
You couldn't just call up the neighbor and just ask to shoot it there?
Well, the issue is that it was right next to their cow pasture.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to take a shot, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, I'm getting a phone call from the neighbor. One of our cows has a bullet hole.
Oh, I was looking
Granted-
below it. I'm just making it release its gas. It's fine.
You ran out of
Something else.
nog, Chris?
I ran out of nog for the day.
Oh, I am
I'll
Good.
go to the store tomorrow.
I am
You
so
don't know.
sorry.
You don't need that much nog.
I do. I kind of do.
No.
Mm.
Just learn to make yourself and drink normal amounts throughout the year. Not fucking 5 gallons a day.
Yummy. Waffle, yummy.
You know, I don't look like the person who would drink that much eggnog.
Do you look like the guy who's gonna read?
I do. As far as they know, I'm still a back alley surgeon helping gangsters staunch bullet wounds, says Rutherford. I'm not even sure they're aware I ripped up my license. You're sitting at a rickety table in Rutherford's old surgery. It is indeed in a back alley, and the rat burst squeaking through the door. As soon as he heaved it open, he made you tea that smells more like vinegar. The association will have receipts, records from whoever they're selling these hearts to. We can find them, but first we need to be able to walk through, unchallenged.
I'm gonna stake him out.
You spend several nights with binoculars and a notebook, scribbling the details of everyone who passes through the association's iron-wrought gates. You notice that every evening at 7:10 exactly, a pair arrive without having to show identification. They mutter a password to the guard and are let through without comment. Unfortunately, you have no idea what they're saying.
I guess we're forging licenses.
You're up all night with tiny pencils and a paper slight as a whisper, tracing and inking a medical license for yourself and Rutherford. When you finish it, he holds it to the light with an impressed grunt. Just like the real thing, huh? 2 hours later, you're past the guards and walking through the wood-paneled halls of the Surgeons Association. Stern portraits of doctorly types stare down at you in horror. Where do you think we can find the receipts? This is Rutherford.
If you had incriminating documents, where would you hide them?
A secret passage, of course. You religiously tug all the candlesticks you come across, run your hands over every bookshelf in search of hidden livers. Unfortunately, nothing comes of your efforts, and it's getting late. We need to hurry along, hisses Rutherford. People have seen us walk up and down these corridors 12 times already.
Luckily I did some research beforehand.
You trawl through the old newspapers in a local library, searching for news about the Surgeons Association. You found a mention of a few charity fundraisers and a few large donations to the association from the masked. Aha! Perhaps you should try and follow the money. Attempting to do so, however, is a mind-bending exercise. Shell companies and intercellular transfers of shells companies. You have to ask about the matter at the town hall, prompting suspicious looks from the bureaucrats behind the desk. Finally, you give up. It's useless. You return with Rutherford, contemplating the association building, looking for a way in.
Guess I have to find someone important.
Incoming bastard, whispers Rutherford. And there, gliding towards you, is a man who can only be Holdsworth, the chairman of the association. His face is plasticine. His forehead as long as a coffin. You lay on the
Joe.
without hesitation. Oh, we meet again at the ball last year, you say. You're trying to convince Dr. Rutherford to finally make some money selling the unique goods the association specializes in. He doesn't believe the sheer scale of the profit margin. You want to show him the receipts as evidence. I don't know if that's a good idea, says Holdsworth uncertainly. Oh, it's only a little thing. You're just headed down to the basement? You search Holdsworth's eyes, but there's no sign of surprise. Basement it is, then.
Yeah.
Thanks for streaming, Namova, 1996?
Following, you mean?
Yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah.
You made me talk through my waffles.
Oh, so that's the reason you want us to read.
Head
so
to
you
the-
can eat waffles.
Head to the basement.
Yeah.
Head to the basement.
Yeah. You head down to the basement and find the trapdoor concealed beneath a dusty chest of drawers. It's locked, of course, but it's nothing that 20 minutes with a crowbar can't fix. And there, underneath, you discover the receipts. Stacks and stacks of payments received directly from the factory in the City of Keys.
Let's get out of
Let's
here,
get out of
says
here.
Rutherford. We have
Yeah.
what we need.
I like how the assistant to the director to the regional manager took us there. We used a crowbar to open the basement door. He's like, "Oh yeah, this is the way in."
No, he
You go to
didn't. We just said that we're going to go ahead to the basement, and because he didn't react weirdly, like, why would you go to the
Yes.
basement?
He might be concerned when he finds out it's been broken into, though.
Who cares?
Yeah. You go to the City of Masks newspapers with scoops so good that the bidding war ensues. The next day's headlines do about as much damage to the Surgeons Association as a well-placed artillery bombardment. "Are doctors stealing your heart?" they exclaim, although all mentions of the governor and the factory seem to have been mysteriously expunged. The buyers are apparently anonymous. A mob march on the association almost as soon as the papers go to press. Pundits are calling it the scandal of the century. The Surgeons Association looks unlikely to survive the week. Rutherford himself is a minor celebrity, a fact that seems to surprise and disturb him. "Let's leave the city," he says to you grumpily, hiding in the surgery from the journalists. "I've done my bit now. Time to go."
I got money.
I have a feeling Rutherford might have some people out there who are not so happy with him at the moment.
It's fine. It's fine.
Rutherford's gonna get got.
It's fine. Let's show Bradley a spectacular sight or two.
Yeah, it'll be quick to get to.
Let's show him two sights. Oh, let's tear the cairn down. Same thing as usual. I get in trouble.
That's what you do. You fucked around, you found out.
Rutherford is drunk as sin. Veren.
"It's the boss," calls Rutherford, sloshing whiskey down his front. "Hey, boss, are you here to boss me around?" he belches.
Let's sit and drink with him.
"You know what I've noticed, boss?" asks Rutherford, putting an arm around you. "None of these papers dared mention the factory or the governor. And at the rate which Heartlights are being manufactured, it's hardly slowed at all. What do you think that means?"
Factory's still getting human hearts from elsewhere.
"Precisely," says Rutherford, enunciating the word with drunkard's care. "The governor sure has access to a lot of warm bodies. Orphans, visitants, prisoners. I wonder how the harvest went this year. But still," Rutherford raises his bottle, face twisted into a spectacularly insincere smile. "Here's to making a difference, eh?"
He trades it in a single swig.
Part of me is now thinking how much different Battletech would be if, like, jump ships had to be made from human hearts. Like, the entire jump ship.
Oh.
Would there be more or less war? I think there'd be about the same amount of war.
Probably.
Although that sounds more like Cthulhu tech than Battletech, though. Surprisingly compatible games.
Let's knock down another cairn for old time's sake.
Nice.
Nothing notable except a shard of skull and a flint knife.
Yay! Flint! You can make a fire with flint.
Bubbly boy.
I'm gonna charge the orb. Attack the orb.
No.
Fair.
No, they're gonna me for help.
You better run fast.
Yeah, I know, I gotta run.
And the help is they just need some help with their monies. Their finances are poor. You can help them. The globe, you're going to run into it.
Ponder the orb.
Dodged. What's that bus stop looking thing?
It's a bus stop, huh?
Just a random
That
one?
is
Yeah.
a big train.
Yep. I should
know-
have interacted with it, but oh well. Too late.
The other trains, they don't bend when they rotate, they just jank. Or at least the long ones do.
Ill-mannered brutes, I'm gonna hide my money, then give them a pittance,
Didn't want to go to the red, but we are going to the red.
Let's search
Collapsed
for an intact
library.
book,
We found an arcane codex.
Success! Gloob Zhang Za, your swabby, finds a book still laying miraculously untouched on a shelf. It blows aeons of dust from the cover and shoots you a delighted grin.
The book or the swabby?
The
I hope the
swabby. Who is the mushroom, by the way?
Okay, because if the book is grinning at us, we've got other problems.
Sometimes they do. You like that pit?
I see something odd about it.
Is it all the eyes?
I'm just assuming it's just filled with large cats.
Of course.
Yep. Basement cat is watching us centipede crawl. A ruined fountain, a mildewy fountain from another world. A chubby statue stands in the center with an upturned jug, gazing at you moronically. The water at the base of the fountain is still crystal clear.
Gaze into the pure water.
Your reflection shimmers, splinters. It reforms as a grinning skeleton with blood dripping hot, stuffed crudely into its left eye socket. You fall back, startled.
A sense of foreboding. Ah.
Your crawler.
Ow, my side.
Stubbed its toes. Yeah, they just turn so jankily. Like only the first hinge works, not the second or third ones. Weird.
Who wants to go grave defiling?
Stop defiling graves.
Yeah! Tell us about it, Veren.
There is nothing of value under the cairn. Even the skeleton turned to dust long ago. But your crew murmured darkly about a curse. That night you wake to find your quarters blanketed from ceiling to floor in seething cockroaches. How did they get in? It takes hours to drive them all out, but they're back the next night. And the next.
Damn creatures,
Awesome
when
scene.
will they leave me alone,
They're just
Stop
keeping you
defiling
warm.
graves.
No,
They're just keeping you warm.
Oh, hell
that is
no.
a big fucking tank. You should interact with it, see what it does.
No, because I don't think I have the skill to avoid combat with it.
It just wants to be a friend, and that's
no,
where we had to go.
it doesn't. And
Isn't
I shouldn't have gone down anyway.
Well, better go back up and say hi to your new friends.
No,
It's not like he'll still be there, right? He'll have moved on. Right? It's fine.
it's fine.
That is a big thing, whatever it was.
It's the rib cages to an attic, probably.
Ah, yes, the rib cage to an attic.
It's just a different way of describing the internal bones of a house.
Oh, it's a boat.
Ah!
Ghost ship. It's sailing the sands.
All this to show Bradley a spectacular sight.
I like the really square holes in the ground. Those are very comforting and Yes.
A tree plucked from another world like flower. Free lumber.
Another boat.
Isn't that boat made out of lumber?
Yeah, free lumber.
Shut up.
You got a lot of lumber there. It's just lumbering around, anyways.
Ooh, a church. You should defile the church since you like defiling graves so much.
I will. Veren.
The crew are ragged remnants, dying or raving. The hull is gouged and scarred, and the captain is a quivering mess in the long, slow process of falling apart. She was an explorer once, she says, now on her way back from some distant place of which she will not speak.
There are some things she will speak of, though.
She won't speak of where she went or how she came back, but she clearly saw something she wasn't meant to see and struggles to put it into words. It is not dead, she says, shivering. Its mind is burned to nothing, but it will not die.
The darkness swallows her words. Move on before it swallows you too. I should have compared maps. Tomb snatched from another world. There's still grave dirt heaped beneath the tombstones. A skeletal hand pokes out through ancient soil. Well, let's do some grave digging. Nothing in the tomb. Even most of the bones are dust.
Didn't even find a skeleton in a grave.
I actually did get old bones from the first interaction.
Someone just put those there later. It was a red herring.
Crab day.
I forgot I'm in the grave area. Oh, it's a nice guy. How did you get here? Do you want to join our crew? Yeah, you get to mop the deck.
Oh, wonderful.
You wanting to be a ghost ship? Are you wanting to be a ghost ship?
It doesn't have to be a ghost ship. No drink.
Shouldn't we be going north sometime soon?
Soon. Oh, but we made it to Ghoul Watch. Chris, tell us about Ghoul Watch.
Ooh. A fortress citadel bristling with spikes and cannons, heaving with the living and the dead. In Ghoul Watch, the dead not only walk, but run for office.
Of course. Let's gather some news. The Carrion Minister has been embroiled in another bizarre scandals. Concerns for the Mirror Minister are growing, although longer absences have been recorded. Anticipation for the election is reaching a fever pitch. Let's wander the streets. What happens, Chris?
Even in Ghoul Watch, there are gardens and parks secreted in nooks of cold stone. They are lovely little spaces, if you can ignore the corpses. Bodies hang from every tree, traitors who refuse to come back from the dead. A gang of human children are poking one of the dead with a stick, laughing derisively. They even start rifling through the dead man's pockets.
I'm gonna chase them away.
If he can't, he come back and tell us off himself, shouts the oldest child, tears in her eyes. You wonder for a moment if she knew the deceased, but before you can ask, the children have scattered.
I'll straighten his clothes.
Pulling up his sagging trousers, do up the belt, smooth down the jacket. There, it's not what you'd hope for in his shoes, but it's something.
Yeah, the park is a pleasant place with the exception of the smell.
Lumber, valuable, yet only worth like 2 fuel.
Yeah. I'll find a better place to sell it because a lot of ships show up here, so it's not as valuable.
Mm-hmm.
We shall be back.
A collapsed library. Aha, we have found another book.
It's the same guy. Also, I forgot to let you read the description of the library again.
It's fine, it's just a library. How different could it be? How different could it be?
That was a bad idea. It's fine though.
You've just scraped against a obviously not important temple. It's fine. Don't worry.
No, leave me alone.
He's slower than you, anyways.
Oh,
Until you find the one.
We're near
that isn't.
Moslin River.
Spoiler! No. How old is this game, anyways?
I want to say 6 years.
Okay.
It's gonna be another dude. Tavern from another world. Nothing there.
Man, you keep fucking failing at finding shit in bars.
Yeah, it's because I haven't put any apprehensions into my skills yet.
Ooh, there's a thing up there.
Oh, well. Aw, look at all the fellas. Look at the little guys.
It's just me and the boys.
Yeah, it's just me and the boys hanging out. Veren.
Pale water cascades from an outcrop so high that the water is mist before it hits the floor. Ghosts congregate here in a seething spectral mass. Tread carefully. The floor is slick with water and ectoplasm.
Will the falls impress Bradley?
Bradley takes in the seething water column, the thousand specters thronging at its churning base. A rainbow lances through the spray. He squints at it unhappily. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies, he shudders. Look at all those black-eyed ghosts. Can we go back inside?
Maybe somewhere less unnerving.
As you wander the rocks at the edge of the falls, you come across a spectral figure flailing beneath the water. It seems to be trapped beneath the torrenting waterfall. Every time it rises to the surface, a rushing current catches it and drags it down below. Generally speaking, a ghost's expression is hard to read, but this one looks miserable. Help it out.
Yeah.
You grab a stick and fish the ghost out of the water. It clings to the end of your stick for a while like a dead jellyfish, before finally spreading tendrils of mist and floating up into the air. Then, without warning, it rushes into you. No, through you. Images flash through your mind. Cold moonlight glinting over a barren field. A secret pact. A goat dragged through the wasteland. A rusted knife. The hot wash of blood over your trembling hands. And then, you are back in the falls. The ghost swirls off into the mist, raising a barely coalesced hand. If you didn't know better, you'd swear it was thanking you.
Yeah. Nothing more we can do here.
Move on.
We'll go to Moslin River and then wherever that other site to show Bradley it.
Oh, to the east?
We're not gonna do... yeah, to the east. We're not gonna do that for now because we don't have the combat capabilities yet.
Well, how else you're going to get them unless you try?
Yeah.
I gotta make some money to get better equipment.
Yeah, just level up your equipment. It's an RPG,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just grind.
That's what I'm doing. I'm getting stories so I can sell them. This is how we make
All
money. We're a
combat-
journalist.
yeah. All combat, all the time.
That's not what
Also-
this game was meant to be. Tell us about the library, finally.
A library from another world collapsed in on itself like a badly baked cake. As few scattered books lie amongst the rubble, but they're rotten and damp.
Search for hours, but all the books have been eaten by damp.
I mean, sometimes the best way to have breaking news is to be the news.
Yeah, let's crash into a building.
Not again.
Hey, friends!
Flee! Oh, read about our failure, Veren.
You try to calm him down, but the visitant screams and pulls the trigger. A gunshot rings out, and Glub Shang Sha,
No,
your swabby,
Glub
collapses with
Shang
blood
Sha.
spreading across its shirt. Gunfire is met with gunfire. The visitant falls dead, riddled with bullets from several different directions at once. Your crew put away their weapons and try to bandage up Glub Zhang Sha, but it's too late. A tragedy.
You have gained 1 Glub Gang Shaw
Corpse.
object. Corpse.
Oh, a squirming, tumorous mass of fingers and hands has dropped from the ceiling and onto my roof. It's almost as large as my kinetipede, an entire hillock of wriggling flesh. It crawls up and down your hull, probing the metal for weak spots. Finally, with a disappointed moan, it flops onto the floor and scuttles off.
Can you stick by the side another vessel and share their heartlight?
No,
If they're
sadly
friendly.
not. I clicked to activate it, right, or did I forget?
You
I
did.
think you did.
Oh, it's another guy. Oh no, Archer Miller's dead. That was my last surviving original lower deck member.
Oh no.
Because remember, I start the game with 1 of each, and 3 of them got nibbled on by the darkness.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed my
Your
target.
ship is, shall we say, not exactly the best. It's got a bit of a high turnover.
But we pay money.
You save money by not paying them when the tour's up, right?
I mean, I guess when they're dead, I don't pay them. To Mazalon.
Mazalon River.
Okay,
It,
so tell us about it.
It's a giant sewer grate built into a wall. A meandering river cuts the room in 2. Tiny villages nestle in its curves, building their houses from the broken gravestones that the river washes up every day.
Huh, I wonder if the update gave it a different image. I don't remember this one. I remember the village, I don't remember the, I don't remember this image. The villagers practically fall over themselves to accommodate you, such is your charm. You end up spending a few peaceful nights as a guest in Decisus, Such a peaceful place, Ooh, let's fish for gravestones,
Ooh, for a long time, all was silent on these banks, but for rushing water, your crew's talk and laughter shatters that. You lie back and look at the distant ceiling. Eventually, and far too soon, something snags your net, a tombstone from another world, stolen by strange currents. You haul it in. Here lies one whose name was written on lots of bones.
Oh.
You consider the epitaph. It seems a strange thing. You cannot imagine the world from which it came.
Let's gather some news.
The villagers of Pestis tell you about the collapse of the schoolhouse, and the villagers of Decius complain that the people of Volnus fish more than their fair share of tombstones.
I can buy a fossilized ghost.
Let's go further into the wall. We can make it, boys. This is the way out.
Yeah.
I like just how it has ...
Yeah, there's just locked doors over there, I think. To the smoldering corpse of a god. We will show Bradley a wonderful sight.
I'm sorry, the fucking what?
Corpse of a god, it's fine,
I can tell that you have never read The Great Book of Amber by Zelazny.
I have not.
God corpses are delicious.
Are
Veren.
they? A dilapidated church. A church from another world. Its spire is sagging, its steeple fallen in. Candle stubs and damp rotted holy books scatter the floor inside. You wonder if it was stolen on a holy day. Perhaps an entire congregation was devoured by the dark. Alice Leach, your gunner, falls abruptly to her knees and starts to gabble in a language you don't recognize. Some lingering spirit of this place has possessed her. Then, without warning, she makes a grab for the sacrificial knife that lies on a nearby altar.
No, don't. Stop. Before you can react, Alice Leach plunges the knife into her chest. She falls dead to the floor, twitching, a look of ecstasy on her face. Anyway.
You gotta stop losing crewmates.
It's fine. It only cost me like $10 to advertise.
Yeah. Crewmates are a dime a dozen.
I do gotta hire a replacement for Rutherford, though, because he has very bad stats, and I completed his quest, so there's not really any reason to have him at the moment.
So as soon as you got him blacklisted and then doubly blacklisted from the College of Surgeons, you just drop him like he's hot?
It's fine. I also need to go find Delgado in the City of Keys when I go back. Captain Keys.
I have a forgettable... Veren, it appears that I have your voice now. Or the other way around.
That's fine.
Oh, I gotta make sure I get more fuel.
I got tons of fuel. It's that little, like, sparkly thing. It means good stuff. This is obviously the sort of game when you're low on fuel, you'll get tons of random events for more fuel, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It wants to be helpful.
Aw, thanks for the ghoul, Nermetia. Ah! No!
I'm sure he has fuel on board.
No! No! Chris, tell us about Vex.
Vex. A pillar of charred flesh that was once God looms on the horizon. Goats and smoke hiss from its bleeding seams. A shuffling crowd on the beach are gray-faced addicts, drowning minds in God smoke.
I'm sure Bradley will like this.
The burning god looms, a soldering pillar surveying its domain. Cinders dance above the tranquil black water. God smoke blooms and billows, a shifting green, black, violet shroud on the landscape. The air here is full of drugs, says Bradley, disgustedly.
Maybe somewhere less intoxicating. Let's gather some god smoke. Careful, a single breath of god smoke can send a man into religious rapture for weeks.
The crowd silently parts for you, and you shuffle back in place behind. They are so tightly packed together that the long-starved dead are standing with the living. You tighten the straps of your gas mask nervously and get to work coaxing the smoke into your bottles. No problems this time, thankfully.
Fuck yeah, drug.
Now drink the god smoke. No. Let me get fucking high!
I think you can, actually.
Really?
You huff it, though, Can I even say huff, or are they gonna get mad,
Huffing and puffing. Probably best to go to the city to get some burnables.
I think the City of Angels has, fuel, but let's go to Clayton's just to be... We'll make a pit stop at Clayton's, and then go to the City of Angels.
Filling out the map. Oh, yeah.
Now!
They just want to be friends and touch you.
Now! Now!
Where on your velocipede did the pirates touch you?
That's my purse, I don't know you!
Who opened all these doors? Were they all closed at one time? We don't know.
Some were, some weren't.
It's a mystery. Yet to be discovered. A well. Something draws you to this well. You order the kinetipede stopped and descend to take a closer look. Whispers echo from below. When you listen closely, you can hear a conversation from another world. Two lovers chatting and giggling and talking about work on the farm. When you look down, you see two silhouettes reflected in the still water, a blue sky above them. Then the water shimmers, and the illusion breaks.
That conversation replays in your mind. So young, so innocent. How odd that such inconsequential words would wind their way into another dimension.
In other words, why isn't this well working? I thought we dug it out just last week. Turns out it's gone.
Veren.
A brief respite. You attract a few snarls and stares as you approach the bar, but there are no serious incidents. You befriend a mercenary captain. One of your crew has an ethical debate with a drug smuggler, and you buy the whole bar a round of drinks to keep them sweet. When you finally stagger upstairs and collapse into one of the mill's flea-ridden beds, your sleep is peaceful and untroubled by nightmares, only by itching and by a rough-looking fellow who lingers a little too long by your room's open doorway. You sit up in bed and show him your pistol, and he slinks away as though aggrieved by your mistrust.
Just wanted to watch you sleep. That's
expensive fuel.
Yeah, no shit.
Does wood sell well here?
Wood doesn't sell at all here, but
At least it gives us a chance to get to the City of Angels.
I should go to the City of Keys. Who am I kidding?
If we run out of fuel, just tell everyone to get out and push. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Tex was streaming Kerbal Space Program the other day, and he got stuck in orbit. But he literally had Jeb get out of the ship and use his jetpack to push, and he managed to get the orbit low enough to land.
Oh, what's that called? The
Get out and push
the Manley
strategy.
maneuver. The Scott Manley maneuver.
Oh, does he do that a lot?
I think he was the one to do it, or to popularize it.
Either way, it was awesome. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. No! Go away! Yeah, it's inspired by and partially funded by Sunless Seas.
Fuck. Guess when Scott Manley popularized that get out and push maneuver?
When?
11 years ago.
It's still impressive though.
Yes, I feel old.
Yeah.
I remember watching that like days after it came out.
But yeah, Tex played this game at one point, and it's what got me addicted to it. More addicted than him. He's not good for saving. He doesn't save, and then when he fails, he doesn't reload. He's like, well, that's the video, guys.
You gotta play it live.
Veren, let's write a freelance article. Fine. Speed and style are more important here than quality. You write up your information in the terse passages, garnishing the truth of speculation in well-placed lies. Thanks a lot, Veren. Is Veren dead?
Veren is no longer in our channel.
Oh dear, that's a problem.
Veren is gone.
Chris,
Selling ain't cheap.
did the parasite dimension take him?
He
Right.
might have. Oh, Veren is back. Da-da-da-da.
Veren, you died as fuck. Huh?
Yeah, sorry.
Read, Veren, read.
Fuck you.
Accept freelance work. They're the biggest tabloid in the city and they'll pay best, though they won't appreciate you. The second option is The Pioneer, a magazine for explorers and travelers. They'll naturally be interested in your work, and they pay quite well. Then there's The Key Details, a semi-satirical paper known for tweaking the noses of censors. You won't get paid well, but you might do some real journalism occasionally. By selling your freelance work to one of these papers, you'll be able to build a reputation with them. Maybe one day, you'll land an exclusive contract.
I gotta go with the Hollow Trumpet. Chris, you read the Hollow Trumpet.
Hollow Trumpet gives your article a half page wedged between a made-up scandal about some local aristocrats' predilection for goatmen and a panic-mongering story about the Mycenae threat. You also spell your name wrong. Circulation is booming and you see copies of the Trumpet everywhere. Just so everyone is aware, the Mycenae threat is it's about the mushrooms.
Yeah. Don't threaten me with your mushrooms,
And those mushroom immigrants, they're sprouting up everywhere.
Alright.
Next, you're going to tell me the mucus is invading.
Who did I give it to last? I gave it to the Hollow Trumpet, right, last time?
Yes.
Alright. Veren, tell us about the Pioneer.
The Pioneer gives your article a double-page spread of its own and displays your name prominently. However, the magazine evidently has issues with circulation. You don't see anyone reading it in the street, and most hawkers don't carry a copy for sale. Still, money is money.
Yay, money! The Key Details gives your article a whole page in the back of the paper, opposite a furious expose of working conditions in the Howling Pits. Your name is prominent, but circulation is mediocre at best. You only see a couple copies being read in the street. Still, several acquaintances make unexpected house calls to congratulate you on the quality of my writing.
Do they just find your boat randomly in this city?
I don't
Impressive.
know. Oh yeah, I have a house in the city, remember?
That's right, that's right. You live here in the slums.
Let's wander the streets. Oh no! A gang of feral youths are following me on the rooftop above, shouting and spitting and hurling pieces of slate. One smashes perilously close by her head. The tallest and hungriest of the lot lops down, a razor in one hand and a stack of newspaper in the other. Read all about it, he snarls through broken teeth. I'm just gonna buy the goddamn newspaper,
You write some, you read some.
That was a fucking paper boy, by the way.
You write some, you read some.
Yeah. Let's visit my dwelling. Oh. An invitation to one... Oh. Tell me about my wretched slum, because I've never actually had started with one of these before.
We've had visitors, but we've never actually been here before. You live in one of the brute concrete towers of Catgut Row, sharing a squalid room with a desperate family who make their living by begging and stealing. The streets outside are perilous after dark and stained black with soot and shit.
Nice. Let's work on my magnum opus.
You decide that a certain element isn't working. Time to scrap that entire segment and begin anew.
God damn it.
It's 99% complete, though. Maybe if you just give it a little bit
No,
more
they got
time.
that backwards. It goes down 1% each time until it's finally
I know.
complete.
I'm making it. I'm making a joke. You're almost finished.
I can't afford to give up breathtaking spectacles. Chris, why don't you read my mournful lament titled "Girls of the City of Keys"?
Yes, you said exhausted, unsure of how much time has passed after you've finished this lament. It is moderately long in 3 stanzas. The son of spite and slain law, with sparrows as sad as your fallen prayer. Each prince called fallen and each lady pure. Remember the shanty of hatred and despair.
How the fuck do you rhyme law and pure?
Slain law and each lady pure.
Huh.
Law pure.
No,
I don't think it's
I
supposed to-
can't make it work.
I don't think
And
it's
each
supposed to-
lady
It could not be that rhyming scheme though.
Yeah, it's not a rhyming couplet, I don't think.
Which is weird because lines 2 and 4. You can make it work, but but it sounds awful, and I wouldn't
Okay,
know what
but
the
you
fuck
have to
you're saying, Kai.
You have to sound like Eric Cartman.
It's Prince cried falling, and he's Lady
I
Pion.
mean, it is a lament.
Pia. Let's sell some God Smoke, huh?
You're a drug runner now.
Yeah, anything worth buying? I don't need either of those. Let's advertise for a new crew member. Yeah. I have been invited to 151 Withering Street. Tell us about that, Veren.
Withering Street is a tranquil row of middle-class homes, narrow, leafy gardens, and ornamental gnomes. 151 looks just as cheery as all its neighbors. Your knock at the door is answered by a small man in an ill-fitting suit. He has a craggy face, unkempt stubble, alarmingly blue eyes. "I am a governor's man," he explains without preamble, ushering you inside. "Sit down. Talk." The inside of the house is devoid of furniture, except for a single velvet armchair into which the governor's man reclines. He looks up at you and smiles quizzically, hands folded in his lap.
What should I call you?
"You may refer to me as 151 Withering Street," says the governor's man, "and perhaps, one day, a friend."
That damn smile never leaves his lips. Let's see. Sell your evidence, the governor. He regards you carefully. If this is what I think it is, I'm going to have to take all related memories. Apologies, you'll still be paid.
Does this mean he also takes the memories of the doctor you had on board? What doctor you had on board?
Nope. When you wake up, there's a suspicious hole in your memories. Sure enough, you reach your temple and feel a damp scar. Unavoidable, says the governor's man apologetically. But I did get money.
Money. You have more information to sell.
Yeah, but I might hold on to those for a little bit.
You sell your memory of advertising for a new crew member, and nobody's showing up.
Ooh, that's some pretty cheap fuel. Product of skilled orphan labor.
Ooh, a new boxcar.
How am I doing for cargo capacity? I am gonna buy a new boxcar.
How long can your velocipede get?
I think I can buy one more after this, and then I'm not allowed to.
Can you then upgrade to one of those other makes and models that we've
No,
seen?
I wish. I even asked the guy that made the version 2 patch, and he said it's impossible.
I mean,
Oh,
that's one reason that I was frustrated with the game Transcendence, because you could never upgrade you could never change to a different ship.
Anyway, let's all take 5, and then reconvene and maybe stream for another hour or so afterwards. If everybody's good with that.
I will be having to hop off in about a half hour.
Yeah, I think. You mind pushing it to only like half an hour, Noot? Because I'm kind of getting a little rough myself.
You know what? Sure. Let's
Okay.
take 5 for now then.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Thanks. Yeah, I've
Once again, we are stealing the stream.
yes, I have sat in this chair. It's around for almost 12 hours now.
Oh,
It's three obligations in a row in front of a desk, and I just.
that's fair.
Now, given I do have a stupidly long cord on my headset, but it's not quite long enough to be enjoyable.
Yeah, I feel that.
I used to have a really nice long one, but it frayed on the inside.
Ooh,
It
that's,
was like 100 feet long. It was great. I could literally walk through my entire house still on my wired headset.
I used to be able to effortlessly swap between my bed and my desk without ever taking my headset off.
Ooh.
But then I reorganized my room, and now my PC, where my headset's connected to, is on the opposite side of the room from my bed, because it used to be more like in the middle, and now I just don't have the distance.
Yeah. When I was still much more limber and younger, I had a very silly setup that I quite enjoyed for a few years. How to describe it? I had 2 keyboards and mice on opposite sides of the room,
Uh-huh.
so I could basically go to bed and then just use that keyboard and mouse and just like
Oh my
pull a
God.
desk over and do it in bed. And I could automatically, I had a projector just above me, so I could pop the projector on and just turn the actual monitor off.
That's kind of nice though. Like
Oh yeah,
that's the greatest for like watching a movie in bed.
yeah.
Oh, that does sound nice.
If I was really lazy, I could project it onto the ceiling.
Oh,
So I didn't even have to bend my back. It was just like, yeah.
oh. God, now I want a projector.
I
'Cause
mean,
I have like a blank space in the ceiling or in the wall next to my bed because I hardly have any decorations up.
Mhm.
So I can just project it onto the wall and then just what? You know what? I know what I want for Christmas.
you can get the 720p ones real cheap. It's just they're not great to read or like see any text on.
Ah, that's fair.
If you want to get a better one, you're probably looking at a few hundred, like $700 or $800, which is yeah.
Yikes.
Upside, they don't make as much heat as the old ones used to. The old ones used to get like stupid hot.
That does make sense though.
We got these fancy LED ones now instead of just a giant bulb that has a warning light whenever you turn it on. Replace bulb or bulb might explode. It never exploded. But yeah, I got my first projector actually from my university on their salvage page. They were swapping out all the classroom projectors, and so they just put all of them on the salvage page, but they didn't let anyone know, so they were going for like $20 each.
That's not bad.
Yep. Yeah, so, but you never know what quality you get, because like I'm guessing some people bought them and they just didn't work at all. Whatever.
I've recently started spending money on myself, like actually buying myself nice things, and it's done a whole world of difference. Like I've just never had nice things, and then I finally am making enough money and have not enough bills or not as many bills to pay. And so it's like, oh wow, I have this weird thing called disposable income, so I can like buy things and save at the same time.
Yeah.
It's wild to me.
Breaking news. Local toilet craving that hot piss.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Okay.
Bet you didn't know that.
I
Nope.
don't know if I wanted to.
These guys buy wood.
You could buy expensive wood here. Only 70 gold.
Bass. There.
So we're gonna go see that the City of Angels now, to the north.
Yeah. Look at all that fuel.
Right, zip 5.
That is a lot of fuel.
What did I crash into?
Right away.
I didn't
it
even
was
make it
adding
out.
the extra card.
You fell asleep at the wheel. Damn.
You fell asleep at the wheel.
Always
Ah!
do.
He's gonna get you.
Is there anything in this that's faster than you?
Yes. You can get better engines and stuff though.
I'm guessing the fewer carts you have, the faster you can go? Or does that not make
No.
a difference?
No difference. If we have
I think
time
it's
before the
faster.
end of the stream, we'll go over to the City of Knives and maybe end it there.
Alright.
Is that what became of Knife Fight City?
God, you and the fucking Cairns.
Man, graves are for bitches.
No, graves are for dead people. Let the dead have their graves.
Bitches.
Hey, we've been to the City of the Dead people, and then they're like their little congregation place. We know they're not there in the graves anyways. You think about what those small children were saying. If he wanted his body, he'd use it. right?
Yeah. Something like that.
Oh God.
Let the dead rest.
Our heresy knows no bounds.
Ah!
He looks friendly. He's got two big eyes in the front.
Aw.
Better to see you with.
This place is fucked. Veren's gonna tell us about it.
It's very bright and gold. It's like 40K. A city of glorious light and marble. There are more churches here than you can count, and the whole horizon is domes and spires. Don't raise your gaze too high. The angels watch from above.
Even whispers are eavesdrops. Here, there's only a few who will risk even being seen talking to me. Takes a long time to find someone standing out in the open. The young woman looks at you in fright as you ask her for the truth of recent events. She opens her mouth to speak, but then her eyes go wide. The shadow of wings fall over us both. Her mouth snaps shut like a vice.
The parade of idols.
Yeah.
A street broad and marble and spotless, lined with the statues of the sanctioned gods. Pyramid-shaped Squirthidian, pig-headed Gravedin, old Lady Death with her cowl and scythe and needles, even Angle Crab in all its oscillating geometry-defying glory, and the empty plinth, where Abja's absence is her monument. This mere nothingness does not quite capture the emptiness that is Abja. Perhaps you can change that. Build a nothingness statue in her honor.
I'll do it!
You examine the plinth. Abja is not merely the void, she is the god-shaped void. You will build the shape of a god out of darkness. You will need drugs, of course, to empty your mind before the task begins, and a dash of madness.
Yeah, drugs.
Yes, thank everyone for praise the sun.
Zhang Ba Shou. Mycenae cannot gain a medical license in the 7 cities, so this whiskered red-capped fungoid has been forced to work cheaply in back alleys. Its medical work is partly scientific and partly occult, and it claims to harvest healing salve from its own fibrous skin. I'll take them, huh? I'll take 20.
Well, you can just look inside his cabin, cut him down, and 5 more will grow in a minute.
Well, hey, that other guy was pretty good, because you get the better vigilance.
Yeah, but I'm only trying to replace people whose missions I've done.
Ah, gotcha.
Hey, it's Rutherford!
Rutherford.
Yeah! I haven't seen you before. How desperate must Rutherford be? Yeah, I know you fired me like 3 days ago, but I'm looking for a job.
Banjo Smeags.
Oh yeah!
Confident.
Banjo's awesome, but we'll have to wait to find him later.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna try and build the statue this visit or not?
No, I don't have enough of the
drugs.
stuff. I need more drugs.
Drugs.
Oh my god, it's all fucking guards. And pilots.
What are you looking for?
Engineer.
No.
I should have grabbed him at the City of Keys, but I forgot.
What the hell happened to all your money?
I spent it all bribing people. Mobius Vance was fun too, but we'll deal with him after we deal with the Mycenae. Another fucking surgeon? Oh my god. Might as well spend my last $5.
On the upside, On the upside, if we get raided and they want our money, we could just give them all our money and we're out nothing.
Nah, that's not how it works.
Like, this is everything we've got. It's like, are you seriously this poor? Are you seriously this poor?
Oh well, we got time to go to the City of Knives and then maybe another destination after that. Never east.
Never east.
Yeah. That's how you gotta remember it. So like if you wanna go west, you gotta remember never eat shredded west. Or if you gotta go south, you gotta remember never eat south.
Oh, that's how you do it. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I do the never eat shredded wheat, but then stop when I get where I need to go.
My school had a much worse acronym than that.
Is it sour watermelon?
No. The soggy wieners.
Never eat soggy wieners? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. You guys just missed something special.
What did we miss?
The Tyrannic. It's a giant military vehicle that you can meet, but it left right as I was coming in.
Oh, I just didn't notice.
Yeah, it was too fast.
Could you fight it?
Eventually, not right now.
Can you win?
Yeah. Although the patch doubled its HP.
You could totally take this guy.
Where did he come from? Join our crew. I need a new gunner. Yay! Ah!
Hide most of your money. Give them a pittance.
But I don't have... After berating you for your poverty, they depart to find someone worth robbing.
Yeah.
You have.
I can't believe I shot... The game forgot to check if I actually had the 20 guineas to give them.
Yeah. I hid most of my money. You've only really had 3. You couldn't hide more than 20. That was glorious.
I pulled 17 guineas out of my anus.
Well, it's out of your double secret hidden stash. You're now in debt to yourself.
Oh, you guys want to praise the sun? We have time to praise the sun, I think.
Well, we just went to the City of Sun. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Oh. The City of Knives. A city of gargantuan mega spikes, stabbing upwards towards the ceiling, backlit by the peculiar glow of the river Phoenix. The viridescent light casts a shifting, dancing shadows on the wall. On the shadows on the wall. Watch your step. Life in the City of Knives is notorious cheap.
I don't have $1 for a fucking pint.
Sell some fuel.
I might sell one fuel, actually. I don't have to. Let's wander the streets. When it was built, the new Thorn was the city's largest mega spike. Now it stands lightless and abandoned. Hundreds have vanished nearby, and the citizens whisper that it's cursed. Today, thin poisonous vapors swirl about your ankles. Most sensible city folk are staying indoors. As you walk past the new Thorn, you hear a wailful echo. A mournful wail echoing from inside. Let's investigate.
No one lives in the broken down houses that jostle up against the new Thorn's walls. As you walk closer, you disturb a nest of hissing rats. When you push past the way inside the new Thorn, you find the floor sagging with rot and heaped with rubble and discarded clothing. It is curiously warm in here, and the walls drip with slime. Something slithers in the shadows. The mournful wails have silenced. A mud-brown tentacle coils from a crack in the floor. You dance back before it can snatch at you. A dozen more tendrils ooze through the walls and ceiling, some thicker than your arm, some narrow as lace worms. You dash through from the reach and feel a cool breeze from above. Looking up, you see half the ceiling has been gnawed away. Something has hollowed out the mega spike from the inside, and things writhe in the shadows above.
Yeah, let's go deeper.
Oh, what's the use? Moans a gluttonous voice from above. I cannot even catch myself dinner. Run along, little morsel. You walk upstairs, pistol at the ready. The hollowed-out megaspike is filled with a cat's cradle of writhing, interlocked tentacles. and suspended at the center is a knot of eyes and twisted organs protruding the occasional rotted fin. No wonder she won't upset me, moans the hideous fish monstrosity. When it speaks, it reveals a needle-toothed mouth, so long it splits almost the entire body in two. Weak, useless, pathetic.
What are you?
I don't know, moans the creature. I think I was a fish once. Or maybe a lot of fish. Now I am hunger and loathing. You've heard reports of the chemical off-run from the alchemist's spine, causing horrific mutations in both the river and the surrounding populace. But you've never heard of it producing anything so colossal.
Who won't accept you?
The river, it says, mouth cracking open and issuing a sad stream of drool. The beautiful scenic, I love her so, but my new hideous aspect, she rejected me, burned me like fire. I was forced to crawl from her embrace.
So, you want me to help you woo the scenic,
The green lady has a refined palate. She must be wooed with only the finest of wines. I once ate a nobleman who assured me that the 79 vintage angel wine was the very best, and you must lather me with perfumes. I must smell of something other than rotted fish. The knot of flesh pulsates and drips and issues something like a sigh. Lastly, and most importantly, I need a precious item of unparalleled rarity and beauty, a token of my devotion that she can clutch to her resident breast. A dozen eyes surface in the thing's twisted mass and glare at you. Find me these things, and I shall see you rewarded, morsel.
Sure thing, creepy thing,
Push-ups, 5 push-ups, 5 push-ups, 5 squats.
Now.
Yeah, I'll do the push-ups. And the water break. We got a water break too. I think I know what Bully's doing.
I'll check my
Posture
posture
check.
and have a drink. A spate of xenophobic attacks on Mycenae. A cache of witch glass has been stolen from the treasury. Poisonous vapors have shut down Parliament for a week.
Do all the things, says Bully. He's bullying us into bullying things. He's his name snake. Name snake. Ha ha ha. It was a pun. Actually, I'm mixing up words. I'm tired. I'm sorry. And the push-ups. Veren, you still there?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do the squats, or you want?
I am doing squats.
East to the bastard Principate, a meddling bunch of city thieves.
I just can't. Oh god, my knees. I can't also be pushing my push to talk and squatting.
Yeah, that would make it difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the 5 push-ups done.
Self-care Saturday. They weren't asking,
Self-care Saturday by Shrek Sunday.
Ow.
Oh god, my knee is shot.
Why knees? Why?
Thanks,
Hey.
Die Solar. Ow.
Dieseler? Maybe?
Why do I bother giving you guys the attention? It hurts me. The crew are ragged remnants, dying or raving. The hull is gouged and scarred. The captain is a quivering mess and... Oh, we already done this one. Compare maps in exchange for current affairs from the City of Keys. You relay the latest news, and through the radio you hear them murmuring consternation. After a moment to collect themselves, they thank you profusely and send one of their crew to compare their maps with yours. Somewhere called the Unmoving Star is marked on your map, surrounded by crudely drawn rays of sunlight. You dutifully copy it over.
Do any of these things move around over time?
What, the locations?
Yeah.
No. You'd think
It
so
was
with
kind
the
of a-
City of Glass being missing, though.
Yeah. It was kind of implied in some of the lore that we've seen so far that they move around, but...
Hey, thanks Mercury Alpha for all that goob. The goobers.
Nice total accumulation. We are almost halfway there, folks. Every little bit helps. I dump all my goob in there every time I get a spot, just for funsies. Just for funsies.
I missed, I assumed it would be another golem, because I saw I got an item.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a cultist paraphernalia.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of cultist paraphernalia.
Thanks, SRW Addict.
It is not a bong. If that's what you're asking, what's up?
I found 0
No,
books.
it's one of those tobacco water pipes, right?
Get away from me. Now.
Yep, you just gotta hit the Goob button, click, and click on the Christmas Adventure in Yarham.
You may have no goob.
I don't have any Goob, I'm at 0.
I'm at 1.2, but I need to give somebody an eye break at some point, so I gotta hold on to it.
You mean 1.2k? Oh, you're looking at big money, boy.
Where's Mav?
You got big
I
money.
want a blind Mav, huh?
Eye break. Here you go.
Ah! Well,
Oh,
this
we
is
hit
awkward,
something.
isn't it?
Just roll your mouse on the side and pick one of the options. It'll work out.
Uh-oh.
No,
Also, I don't know who's counting it.
read.
I'm not.
Okay, I'll read since I redeemed the eye break. Oh, you're one of those maniac explorers from the City of Keys, are you? Hope you have your affairs in order back home. He's just a simple trader, perhaps a little too plain-spoken for your tastes.
Alright. Anything for sale? I can't afford that. Keep your Fargyle whiskey. More like Fartgyle.
It's grinding against the wall.
It's fine.
Mercury Alpha, you have 1.2 million goop. That's a
You
lot
just said
of
if you
eye
could give a
breaks.
million goob, you would. Just keep giving until it's over. Just keep giving until it tells you to stop.
Yeah, just keep spending it on eye breaks to fuck with people streaming.
Oh, I meant the Christmas fund.
No. If you can, you got to spend it on
Praise
expensive
the
stuff.
sun,
The unmoving star.
Oh, it's so bright.
Praise the sun.
Veren,
Praise the
tell
sun.
us about it.
A cold sun, thousands of miles across,
Praise
stolen
the
by
sun.
the house from some unfortunate solar system.
Yeah.
Will
Praise
the
the
unmoving
sun.
star impress Bradley? The star banishes the house's darkness completely. Shadows gnaw pathetically at the corners of the room. It swells and contracts with something like breath. Vast, blazing, glorious. What is it meant to do? Asks Bradley. Does it just sit there? My eyes hurt.
Fuck off,
Praise the
Flames
sun.
rage in silence. Cinders dance on the breeze. A respite.
Praise the
You
sun.
cannot look directly at the star, of course. Not if you would like to keep your sight.
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Kill your family.
What?
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun.
Bop it. Twist it. Kill your family. Smack it,
Praise the sun.
Praise.
Praise the sun! Jolly cooperation.
Let's let Sandy buy us a meal to round it off.
We are not a cult, even for tax reasons. Just want to be clear.
Hashtag not a
Just want
call.
to be. Yeah.
Ah! Mushrooms dead ahead.
Please don't bring it up.
For tax reasons, we don't.
We
pay
deny any
taxes.
existence of said
The
cult.
Googles, they do nothing. Ah!
Hey, it's your friend.
No!
He's just looking for
Oh,
spare
that's a big
parts.
boy.
No, it's a house on wheels.
He's looking for all your spare parts. You don't really need 2 kidneys, right?
I found dust cake bottles still lying miraculously untouched beneath the table.
And ribs. I've heard from a reputable doctor that they grow back.
Uh-oh. Ah. Eldarathat swarms with cults. and some of them demand blood on the altar. A thriving black market has sprung up. Hecatomb collectors will kidnap victims throughout the house and bring them back as sacrifices for sale. Who knows what mad dead god these ruffians plan to sell you off to? The broken glass swan, the stone cradle, his ancient obliqueness, tobacco man, or simply the highest bidder? Now, you issue some particularly inventive threats over the radio, and also draw attention to the size of your guns. A long silence, a hiss of static, a dour swear word from the collectors, and then the airship turns ponderously to leave.
I sneezed so hard, I disconnected my headset, but I'm back now.
Nice.
Impressive.
Yeah, no, my back hurts now.
Not impressive. Condolences.
Thank you.
One time I was in the bathroom and I coughed so hard that my back seized up and I slammed my nose into the faucet.
Oh.
Like I actually lurched forward from the spasm.
That sounds like tickles.
Can you wash your hands while sitting on the toilet in your bathroom?
No. How?
Okay, because it kind of sounded like that. Like
No.
you were just sitting there and then you smashed your face.
No, I was coughing.
Oh, okay.
I can't afford Aranax silk either. I'm a poor bitch. He's just a poor bitch from a bitch family.
And demonetized.
Ah!
It's our friends!
I did it again.
Are we going to look at the weeping couple again?
No, something draws you to this well. You peer over the stone lip. Some ravening emptiness tugs at the corners of your mind. Let's draw up a bucket, because we need it. The bucket comes up filled with roiling darkness. You manage to coax some into a glass vial before the rest dissipates. Liquid darkness. Also, I bonked my bottom.
It's fine. We didn't need those parts anyways. They'll be... You just walk them off.
Walk it
That's
off.
That's what this game is about. Just walk it off. Just walk it off.
Success. Knows the stories, your swabby. Finds a book still lying miraculously untouched. It's an indecipherable tome.
Boink!
Ow!
Boink. It's fine.
My
it's
bottom!
fine. We didn't need those pieces anyways.
I bonked my bottom. It's a finger.
I think one of the worst injuries that I remember having was I used a weight bench once, and it had like one of those little pull-up plugs you could use to move the seat around.
Yeah.
And it turns out I hadn't popped it back in, and so it was still loaded up. And of course, when I'm using this weight bench, the seat shifted, and I badly bruised my tailbone.
Ooh.
Like I almost couldn't sit for a week.
Wow, fuck off, Sandy. She's a terrible navigator.
Does she not know where you are?
She only just found out when we were like 3 feet away. Bunch of city stealers.
Founder's Fire, the capital city of the sixfold Principate, a magnificent spiral dominated by the upended metal vessel around which it was built. Embedded nose down in the floor, the sleek metal founder spews unending flame. It has been plundered of its most valuable technology, and further exploration of its depths are reserved only for the prince's most trusted scientists. Floating above the city, at a careful distance from the flames, is the prince's personal palace, the Tower of Billowing Silk, a taffeta spiral within which the most exquisite pleasures are to be found.
Alright, let's save it and let Sandy buy me a meal. Chris.
I love that she only found this place nearby, even though this is the place she knows the best.
I know.
Sandy's favorite restaurant is on the intersection of Shipshade Square and Frost Casket Lane. The food served is exquisitely small portions, and the waiters who serve it act as though they're doing you a troublesome favor. It's expensive, too. Hideously expensive. Your crew order the choicest dishes and finest wines, and Sandy looks on with delight. Finally, she stands up in her chair, coughs. I would like to propose a toast, she says, lifting her glass and simpering, to our captain, who has kindly agreed to pay for this meal.
Sandy, can I talk to you outside for a moment?
She smiles at you with badly manufactured innocence. It was very kind of you to agree to cover the bill, boss. I don't have any money at all, so I couldn't possibly chip in.
Yeah, your shares of the loot are going to pay this off.
Her expression changes. Oh, don't make me work it off, Captain, she wheedles. Please, I have seven children back home. You know, hungry mouths to feed. They rely on the money I send them. She lays a hand on your arm. Tell you what, I have something that can make this up to you, I swear. Something worth much more than a meal. Let's go back, eat our meal, and I'll tell you. If I'm lying, well, I'll work off the debt, as agreed.
Fine.
Your crew have a great time, laughing and joking and slapping you on the back. More fine wines, more tiny portions of bog drake steak and gandalon trout. All told, your bill racks up to over 200 guineas. No, let's make
Well,
Sandy pay the bill.
I can't afford it, so I guess we're... Oh, dear
You shout to your crew
God.
and you scatter in all direction. A dozen restaurant staff pull out their beating sticks from behind the counter and give chase. You manage to shake them off and get back to the Canetipede, but only after all the crew between them have acquired 6 broken teeth, 2 bloody noses, uncountable bruises, and a shattered ankle. Sandy comes to you a few hours later looking her best to look contrite. It was so nice of the restaurant to let us off without paying, she says merrily. I encounter so much generosity wherever I go. Now, Captain, I know our payment situation got confused, and I want to make it up to you.
Wow.
Listen, Captain, I feel bad making you pay and all, she says. I want to make it up. I know where to find a key. A real, genuine, no bullshit key. Can open any locked door in the house, no problem. Worth more than a mountain of gold. Take me to Chimmer, she says eagerly. That'll square anything I owe you.
Fine.
She claps with delight. We're gonna make such money, she trills. To Chimmer.
She goes to give you a hug, then thinks better of it. One of the options is literally to shoot her in the leg and then go back into the restaurant, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got a very expensive heart in that chest of hers. Could make a nice.
Oh my god, I fucking hate her. She also, as far as I know, has a counterpart in Fallen London.
Yeah.
But she's a different kind of crazy in there.
Anywho, this is roughly about that time, I think.
Yep, that is why I am saving in all of the slots.
Yeah, saving every slot just in case.
Just in case. You never know.
I did, you know, it saved me once.
You never know.
Anywho's, I'd like to thank everyone listening to us. Thanks for listening to the WPBL 76. This is me,
thanks for
Chris.
nothing, losers.
That was Noot, who has great appreciation for all the people tuning in. And Veren, my other co-host, who was, he's got the suave voice. Suave voice.
Yeah.
And remember, Chad, before we go, the most important thing in life is that you always have to